He's entertaining to look at. So not looking.
It's a thick boy.
I think it's an anxiety thing.
Is it anxiety or is it oppositional defiance? Because if that was a kid, I'd smack him on the ass and send him to their room.
Like, you find yourself laughing too. You're like, shit. And then you bomb the next show. You're like,
fucking.
The clip that. That's the.
Awesome, and welcome back to the Unirrelevant podcast. Today, I have with me an esteemed guest, Santos, a stand-up comedian from our good home, Holyoke, Massachusetts.
Good home, yes, sir.
Yeah. How are you doing, man? Thank you.
I'm doing well. Excited to be here. Excited to be doing a podcast.
Yeah, man. Is this your first one, or?
Yeah, one of my first ones. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. That is so cool. I didn't know this was your first.
I listened to a whole bunch of them, but I haven't really gotten a chance to spread my wings on them.
Nice, man. Well, it's a good place to do it. I got like 10 people who listen. It's a little more than that, but
because of the podcast I get canceled on, just put it
here. Yeah. Oh man, that would be hilarious. I think you'd make it through it.
Yeah.
Honestly, cancel culture is just a way to like promote yourself now.
Yeah, it's just a meme at this point.
Seriously, I had the idea of like if I started like placing Illuminati stuff throughout my videos and stuff, the conspiracy theorists would think that I had like some inside information, and they would all start paying attention to me.
State.
Exactly, they'd all start paying attention just because I know, you know what I mean? Like I could manipulate that system.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if we look at
somebody's gonna buy into it. If it's out there, somebody's gonna buy into it.
100%. Do you ever go on Telegram?
No, I haven't.
Telegram's the decentralized app. It's not that.
I was in like SOS here.
No, nowadays it's a decentralized app. So like you can have, it's just like chat rooms where you can invite people to your chat room. People, you have to be accepted to see stuff, blah blah blah. And what was I getting at? We were talking about holy shit, I didn't even smoke weed yet. This is Telegram.
Yes,
There's just so much shit on Telegram, like fucking QAnon channels. Like, you gotta be careful with the Russian ones, man. Because you don't even know what the names are. They're just like symbols.
Like a message board, like a 4chan type thing?
Kind of. But there's video and stuff in you can go live on it. It's just like it's your own private chat room that you can invite people all around the world to join. And you can do anything you want in there, basically.
You try to recruit me for your chat room here?
No. No, that was a different guest. I had a guest on. He has a QAnon chat board.
Oh, nice.
And it's pretty wild. Like
QAnon one, huh?
All he does is sees things in other boards, reposts it in his, and there's like 200,000 people who are clicking.
Just like frothing at it.
It's like, holy shit.
How many of those are like Russian bots, though?
That's exactly what I'm dude, I have 2 episodes with him and one that I won't release for his own safety.
Let his hair down a little bit on that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had a little too much to drink.
I need to try a cup of decaf.
Yeah. I like to play devil's advocate a bit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But then
it's very funny to do that sometimes.
Right. But then at some point, it's just like, I can't let you be that dumb. You know what I mean? Like, I can't let you just say these things where people are going to hear it and might believe it.
Especially if you have that big of a platform, 200,000 people you're reaching to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you can't just be, there's 1 minute it's, Biden just put 13 children in a van and they're sending it to an underground military base in Nevada.
Oh, this got political real quick.
Oh, my bad. I was using his examples.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Not mine. But yeah, no, that shit's wild, man. That shit's wild.
Yeah, man. That's what a lot of people talk about nowadays. I mean, I can't have a conversation with most folks on construction sites. I'm sure you're aware without it immediately going to Biden this, Biden that.
Yeah, it's funny because like during Trump when he was around, people were always talking about him, but it wasn't like on a construction site, you wouldn't have guys like, oh, you see what fucking Trump just did, and be all mad about it. It was just like, This guy got him again. He cracked another joke. We just laugh and move on, you know?
I'm sure this was happening back in the Nixon time.
Oh,
yeah. Time. It's just constantly going.
Yeah.
I like to unplug from it. That's why, comedy. That's why I do comedy. It's absurd. It's, we like to, draw on the things that you're not supposed to say.
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up. Like, what initially sparked your mind into wanting to try comedy?
I mean, I've been watching stand-up specials my whole life. Golly, I can't remember the first one that I watched as a kid. I do remember watching Dave Chappelle as a young man, and I'm like, oh man, this is like wild. It's like you could just do this on stage. Richard Pryor, I liked. George Carlin. I thought that was really interesting watching George Carlin. Like, this isn't even. I mean, he's telling jokes, but this is just a man telling his truth.
Right.
Then the pandemic hit, and my job closed, unfortunately, and that gave me an opportunity to actually pursue that, because I looked into the scene around the Western Mass. There's actually a little bit of a real comedy scene. I went to an open mic one night, and I fell in love ever since.
Yeah, what was that like? Your first night in comedy?
Oh man, I was went to a bar called the Unicorn Inn in Holyoke. Signed up. Messaged some guy prior to it. He said to come on down. Maverick Prasad, by the way, shout out to Maverick. He's the best. He's the first one to welcome me with open arms into comedy.
It's awesome.
Which was really cool. Like, I was kind of expecting people to be standoffish, but dude, it was immediate support, and I told my jokes. I got a couple of laughs, and people came up to me, gave me advice, gave me ways to work on those bits, and
little tags.
Exactly. I would just, and then then I would go to the Unicorn every week, and then I would hit up other mics around Connecticut, Massachusetts, as far as Rhode Island.
That's something I've wondered, is like, how many mics are within 40 miles from here?
From here, you can hit one every day of the week.
Yeah,
Monday through Friday. Yeah.
Wow.
40 miles. Yeah, if you're going to like Connecticut, there's a couple here in Western Mass. There's a couple in Northampton, Springfield.
I didn't know the spots in Northampton. Where do they do that there?
Bishop's Lounge in Northampton.
Oh no shit.
Majestic, they do it on Mondays.
Okay.
Bishop's is on Sunday. Look at me plugging all these dates here.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm not really sure who else does it on Northampton. I have to take a look at the old comedy group on Facebook, but yeah, there's a lot of.
So you guys like have a community of all the comedians around. You guys like help each other out.
Yeah,
find spots and times and shit.
Yeah, like the New England community, New England comics. It's pretty cool that I came into this about 2.5 years ago, and it's a community that's already been around, but that also welcomed me very easily.
Yeah, that's great, man. Yeah, I'll say that's the one thing about podcasting is like, there's not a community to it. You know what I mean?
I mean,
at least here.
I listen to a lot. Again, like I said, I listen to a lot of comedy podcasts, and it's like crossover episodes all the time.
Right.
Tom Segura comes on Andrew Santino's podcast. Santino goes on Bert's podcast. It's just a way to plug people's dates to their fans and try to share fans together. It's just something I've observed about the comedy scene.
Yeah, I just mean around like here locally. It's like there's like the one the Verb is the herb in East Hampton. It's a dispensary.
Oh sure, yeah.
The owner's son has a podcast, and I don't think he did much with it, because when he first opened, they were like, we have a podcast on Spotify, and I checked it out. There was like eight episodes at the time, and then I checked it again like a year ago, and he hasn't uploaded for a while, which I understand. I'm kind of in the same boat. We went from moving to taking in my 2 oldest kids. It's like it's been hard to podcast without a comedy name. You know what I mean?
True, yeah.
Like, without having anybody you see who's got over 100,000 views, whether it be Theo, D'Elia, Brendan Schaub. I mean, I'm not going to jab at the guy. Everybody does. The only reason why he's got a podcast is because, you know, the UFC and, you know, Joe and Brian Callen.
I mean, if he was entirely untalented, we'd be able to see through it. Sure, his specials aren't the best. Sure, you know, I think he's a okay conversationalist. He's entertaining to look at. You know, so not looking. You know.
I know what you meant. It's all good.
Especially with the.
He's a thick boy.
The clip that's the clip right there. They call him Brendan Schaub. It's entertaining to look at.
Better watch out. You'll be in the studio next.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Take over for Mark Harley.
No, but I feel like, you know, eventually the cream rises to the top, and you know, if people can see through nonsense, which is why some podcasts have skyrocketed and other ones have fallen through.
Yeah,
I think it's all about consistency as well, though. Like, a lot of these podcasts are dropping episodes every week, and not only
formula, man.
They'll drop you a bonus episode on Patreon. Like, hey, if you want to listen to this again, give us $5 a month. I mean, they're just banging them out. This is their job,
right? And that's the thing, is that it's like, if you didn't have $100,000 in the bank to be able to afford the people to do it, to keep them coming out, to be able to have the time to sit down for 2 hours every single week, and even record backup episodes in case you're not able to, you know, make it up, or, you know, to be there 1 week or whatever. Like, it takes a lot of money. I'm finding that out personally. I started off with that Blue Yeti mic. It's a $200 mic. Each one of these is $600. It's like everything. That's what I meant, is by, like, without I have no social media following before this, you know, like I was just a normal guy working a job who felt like.
So you built it all on this, huh? Like
you're
following on. Nice.
Yeah, it's all right from here. You know, click share, make clips, and dude, I barely even do any of that. I barely do any of that, and I should. Like, if I could invest 24/7, this would be a pretty decent money making venture. But also, I'm not I've always wanted to put my hand into comedy. I've always wanted to try.
Sure.
You know.
In what sense? Like, you want to do stand up?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, I've written some bits. You know.
Man, there's plenty of opportunities to do it around here. We'd love to see you out there.
That's pretty cool,
you know,
man.
Come up and do some time. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a lot of it around here. Like, I know there's a couple places in Chicopee where they'll have, you know, like, live bands and stuff. You know, like, I know there's a lot of music.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's surprising to know that there's a big stand-up comedy scene. I think a lot of other people would really like to know that as well. Because, I mean, on a given night, like, how many people come in to see a show? 20, 30?
Well, I mean, a show is a different thing. A show that's advertised, people are, you know, paying for that experience. Like, an open mic is, you know, that's a once a week thing at a certain bar, or whatever, and people are coming in and they just so happen to be watching people do comedy.
Right.
Unless, of course, that's advertised as well. There are a couple of mics, especially there's one in Westfield called the Nook. The bar is called the Nook. That's one of the most you know, popular mics in Western Mass right now. That gets upwards of 20 to 30 comics.
That's awesome.
Up, and it's full crowds most weeks as well. It's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is enlightening to me, man. Thank you. I didn't know, honestly. Like, how does the average person who's into listening to a comedy podcast, like, how would they go to find a comedy show around here? Like, Facebook, or can you Google that kind of stuff? Or, you know, like, do these bars post, like, hey, we have stand-up nights?
In Northampton, I have seen their the flyers. Hey, like, on Mondays we have this, on Sundays we have this. Other bars I've gone to, they have advertised. The other bars, just, you know, it's just you gotta ask, you gotta look into Facebook groups. Unfortunately, it's all about that social media. It's all out.
That's the one thing, like, I'm really excited to see with what Joe does down in Austin, is, you know, building Joe Rogan.
Oh, okay, Joe Rogan. Okay, sure.
Yeah. Sorry.
Because I know another comedian friend of mine, Joe, that's all been moving down there. I'm like,
oh, nice. No, that would have been cool. But yeah, he's, like, building, you know, this community where no one's gonna have to look for comedy anymore.
Oh, I'm saying I've had I'd say 4 or 5 local comics all just moved down to
They're
Austin
all-
within the last year.
They're going down, doing Kill Tony. You get on.
A buddy of mine was just on Kill Tony.
Really?
Yeah, Nick James. Shout out Nick James.
Yo, I just watched that episode.
Really?
Right?
You know Nick James, the real white kid that was talking like this. That's
that's so cool,
yeah,
man.
I was doing comedy with him for like I don't know a couple of months before he moved down there.
That's great.
I've done shows with him. Yeah,
I love hearing that.
He's a funny guy. He's a real funny guy.
Yeah, he did great on the show. That's so cool, man. Yeah, and that's I've always I've been saying it on the podcast. Like the bits that I got, I want to save them in case I'm ever down there.
Oh sure.
And
you get 60 seconds on Kill Tony. Yeah. You don't want to come in there like, hey, what's up? My name is whatever. You just want to fire into
straight into the bit. And I feel like I know. I've listened to Louis C.K. talk about how to work on bits and like how to crank it all down. I've listened to Joe's way he does it, Tom's way, Bert's. They all do it a little differently, but they all agree on you gotta do them. You gotta put the time
out there. Yeah, comedy doesn't exist in a vacuum. Joe likes to say. Rogan likes to say. We're saying Joe like no on a first name basis.
Well, I mean, listen. I've listened to it probably. I've listened to a minimum of 2,000 hours of Joe.
Oh, sure. Yeah, same. Every single comic he has on there.
Yeah.
Whenever he has an interesting person like Neil deGrasse, I'll listen.
I've been listening probably every day for the past 4 or 5 years. Actually, before even the Spotify deal,
And from there, you probably picked up on like Two Bears, One Cave.
Oh, absolutely. All the other stuff. Kill Tony. All the other stuff. And that's, fucking, that's the hub, man. That's what he's doing down in Austin. He's building this place where people don't have to look for comedy anymore. Like here, I've asked myself a bunch of times, like, how come we don't have big comedy events like Skankfest or,
Shout out Skankfest, might be going this year.
It's so cool, man.
I got my tickets already.
You got accepted?
Yeah, I'm going as a, whatchamacallit, I bought my ticket to go, but I also sent in my submission. You saw my submission.
I did.
I haven't gotten a response yet. I think they're gonna be doing responses by like April.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully, I get in.
That's cool.
Regardless, I'm going.
Hell yeah.
Whether I perform or not. Hopefully, I get to perform though.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah, man. Fucking dude, Big J Ogerson's one of my favorite.
Oh, he's so funny. Just naturally funny.
Yep. He can just sit there and shit on you all day long.
Mm-hmm. And he's real chill about it. He does sit down comedy.
Right.
But he's super chill and he's sharp. Is that your favorite? One of your favorite comics, or?
Honestly, my favorite comic is Tom Segura.
Oh, Tommy Bunn, sure, yeah.
Dude,
my brother just saw Tommy over. Where was he? In either Boston or Connecticut. I
seen him in October in Connecticut.
That's where it was.
Yep.
Yeah, October is when you saw him.
At the Mohegan Sun.
Yes, that's where you saw him as well.
I was laughing so hard, I had to check my laughter for the people around me. I realized that I was like hunched over in the back of this guy's ear.
Oh man.
Dude, I haven't laughed that hard probably ever.
And it's therapeutic. It's good. You go home, you feel good about it.
Oh yeah.
It sucks when people go there just to get offended or people that like to talk.
Have you ever been heckled?
Have I ever been heckled? Sure, I have.
How do you deal with that?
Well, I'm relatively new. I'm only 2 years in, so you don't want to shut them down like shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah, right.
You don't want to do that because then it ceases to be funny. You could play with them, but ask. You don't want to encourage their behavior by talking back to them and just having a back and forth. But sometimes if your crowd works, by all means go for it. I can't think of any example of what I've done so far. I remember once I was in Northampton and some gal, I was really, really new, and some gal said, "You did these jokes last week." Which is what we do. This is an open mic. This isn't a show that you came to. This is an open mic that I'm practicing these jokes. These worked last week. I'm cutting out the fat on them. But she didn't quite understand that aspect of it. So I kind of I shut down a little bit. I didn't really know what to say beyond that. However, a comic friend of mine came up. Musa. Shout out to the Musa. He and me as soon as he got on stage, completely abandoned his material and just attacked this lady. He's like, "How many of your friends have recently died of a fentanyl overdose?
Oh
shit! Is why you're talking over comics here?
Oh,
You feel special right now? Like he lit her up.
That's hilarious.
And I felt very good about it.
Oh, for sure. I like the bit where he's like, any single mothers out here?
Oh, that was perfect.
Why the fuck are you here?
Oh my god, that was a perfect night. The thing is that little inside baseball, that lady that was heckling is a fellow comedian as well. And
honestly, it helped.
Why
it helped the bit?
I get it. Why? But she was doing this all night. People were against her, which is why the cheering happened. Which is why everybody's like, "Whoa!" When I called her specifically out. Otherwise, it probably would have been mean spirited, but it definitely worked well for that night.
That's great.
Well, initially it was supposed to be. I was supposed to say something like, "Any single mothers here?" And then, if a couple ladies here, like, "You're not supposed to be here." I would have said something like that, but she said it specifically, so I kind of lashed out. Why the fuck are you here? And it was a lot of fun.
That was great. Fun. Me and my wife were watching it, and we genuinely fucking laughed at that. Pretty good, man.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah. And I carried on the bit afterwards. She tried to apologize. I'm like, no, you're totally fine. Your kid's all right.
Yeah. Kids are fucked.
Sometimes you just get in the zone. Firing on all cylinders on that night. And you come off feeling like, there's nothing like killing on stage. Like, even to a small crowd of 20, 30 people that were there that night, just coming off after killing, it feels so good. It's like a huge adrenaline rush.
And then what's the feeling of the bomb?
So the bomb is important. You gotta, obviously it sucks. You want to kill yourself. You want to quit comedy. They didn't like me. They hate me. But it's important to, you can't go through life just doing the jokes that work every single time, because then you're not going to grow as a comedian. You got to figure out what doesn't work. Like
Bobby Lee.
Oh man, shout out Bad Friends.
Yeah,
Bad Friends podcast
for sure. Top 5.
But geez, what was I saying?
Don't repeat your same bit over.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wait.
We got. You were saying how like progression, like you can't. You got to keep like cutting out the fat.
Exactly.
Keep working.
Exactly. Yeah. And that was the broad at Northampton. That I just didn't understand that I got to keep doing that. But yeah, it's you threw me off with the body.
Sorry.
No, it's so funny. It's so funny. Did you want to play?
Yeah, let's do it. I got one too. If you want me to light this first.
Yeah, sure.
This is fucking. I'd rather light this because I bought it last weekend, and then my family got fucking sick. Bro, this thing is like dipped, rolled. It's totally infused. That's about all I know. Blueberry muffin flour.
They're getting wild out here with the names.
It's got live shatter, terp sauce, and it's rolled in keef.
That's triple threat right there.
Oh, there
you got somewhere I can toss this gum out.
Oh yeah, brother, my bad. I should just keep that like in the middle.
Yeah, like makeshift ashtray.
And if you like a Coca-Cola,
I'd very much like one. Oh, you weren't lying. Coca-Cola's in the mini fridge.
Oh yeah, buddy. Always got it stocked.
This is what's gonna kill me, folks. By the way, not the weed, not the margarita. These Coca-Colas are gonna rot me from the inside out.
Fucking crack. Hey, at least this shit has actual sugar in it and not that fucking synthetic bullshit Fauci's feeding us.
Especially those nice glass cokes. Those are fun. I'm gonna adjust myself. Okay.
Oh yeah, with the pure cane.
Oh, so good.
Bro, this tastes phenomenal.
So how long did that blonde hair last?
like 2 months altogether.
Oh, okay.
It was so, yeah, I lost a bet to a pregnant woman, and I was down.
You didn't even try tanning?
No. Dude. Well, here's the thing: is normally I'm outside in the summer. It wasn't outside at all. So I was inside, and I'm not gonna go to a tanning bed. I know I look pasty as hell, dude, but I get dark, man. I really do in the summer.
That's the plight of being Puerto Rican though in the summertime. Like I can go pick up my mail and I'm 3 shades darker by the end of it. I tan effortlessly, and it's sometimes not cool. I used to work at Six Flags at Park Services, just outside all day. By the end of my shift, dude, I'd be dark. I'd look like a leather handbag. It's ridiculous.
Let me find out you were the guy during Halloween out there selling off body parts and stuff, doing like the stage and shit.
I did do the Halloween thing, but they had me back down in the woods, like the you go down and you pay to go in those.
Oh
woods.
yeah.
They had me manning some machine guns some nights. People would walk by and I pretend to shoot at them, and then they just had me as a zombie most nights.
That's cool though.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
As a young lad.
I did a like a haunted hayride one year. I was like 15. They let me dress up and take a saw and take the blade off of it and shit.
Over there, like McRae's Farm or something, or
yeah, kind of like that, but down in Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that where you originate?
Yeah, I'm from Ohio. Yeah.
Ohio boy.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking, I've always had like this this imaginary feud with the Paul brothers.
Logan and Jake.
Yeah. Because they're from Ohio. Me and my brother are from Ohio. There's been a lot of similarities. You know how like Jake's bigger or Logan's bigger than Jake, but Jake's more of like a fighter. Like he's got
Jake's
more to
scrappy.
prove,
Yeah,
right?
He's a scrappy boy.
My brother's bigger than me, can fight, but I got more to prove.
Sure.
So I'm more, I'm the more of aggressive. Like just a lot of similarities. And I used to say it all the time. Like, man, if we could just get one shot, you against fucking Logan, me against Jake. I was like, that should be us up there, man.
Oh, man.
But he's a man of God and I'm a man of spirituality, so we gotta struggle through life. That's
sure. There's not a lot of folks out there that they're in the mainstream advocating for that type of thing. So we need folks out there advocating for the Word of God and all that.
Absolutely.
I don't mean that sarcastically.
No, I can tell. No, seriously.
I actually grew up Pentecostal myself.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. Give me some info on that. How was that like?
Well, Pentecostal is like just it's another form of Christianity. One of the strictest forms, I'd say. The women wear veils.
Mm-hmm.
Don't wear pants. Only wear skirts. a lot of stuff directed only at the women for some reason.
Yeah, they're all that way though. You really look at it.
Yeah.
Religions.
A lot of hypocritical stuff, but I mean, there's good morals in there. It's just a lot of people take it too seriously, take it too much. Try to justify it for bringing other people down. Try to use words that are supposed to be happy for you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, 100%. Like for me, I think really the answer's in them all. It's just love, man.
Exactly. It's good to have a sense of morals.
You know that movie Inception?
I know of it. I haven't seen it.
You've never seen it?
It's one of the few.
Oh.
Yeah.
I said Inception. That's not what I meant. I meant Interstellar.
Interstellar. That's the one with the black star. Yeah, sure.
The black hole?
Yeah, sure.
All the stuff that movie reveals, scientific wise, all of that, it's all great. The best part about that whole movie is Sandra Bullock's part. She says, love is the one thing that science can't measure. Love is the one thing that bends all laws of physics, quantum physics, everything. It breaks time, space. It's an outside law, like when there's a scene where she's breaking that down to this room of scientists while they're on their mission to save humanity. And it's just fucking powerful.
It personifies itself. I mean, spoiler alert for a 8-year-old movie, but it personifies itself later on in the movie when he's there at the end of time, just like trying to bang into.
And it's love.
Talk to his daughter. That's love right there.
It's love.
Heartbreaking love, but it's love nonetheless.
When I first seen that movie, I was on 16 doses of LSD.
Oh man, that'll take something from you.
Yeah. Yeah. There was like, you know, that moment when he breaks down, he's watching all the videos over. This was 2 months after me and my first failed relationship had separated. We were together 5 years, had 2 kids, and you know, things went down the hill. I was hanging out with my buddies, getting ready to move up here. Took a shit ton of LSD, and they were like, let's watch a bunch of movies. First, we watched Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. That was pretty cool, but that was on the way up. And then we put on Interstellar, and you know, they go to that sea planet, and I'm just like, the vastness of space. And then he goes, and then we're in that scene where he's in this little bubble, in this little cockpit. Like, I'm imagining the size of their shuttle in the density of space, you know, and like, I'm like, this is a tiny little thing. So I felt super tiny. And then all those videos, and it pans to him, and he's just crying. Dude, that hit me. It was like an echo shock of, I felt it, and then I felt it, and then I felt it, and it was like.
And I know exactly what, like, that feeling of waves coming into you. Like,
yeah.
Waves,
oh, my God.
Even with a movie you've seen like a million times. I watched The Dark Knight on LSD, and I knew exactly what was coming next, but I'm just like, oh my God, there's fucking performance in this.
You know the hardest movie to watch on LSD, even though you know what happens? Shutter Island.
Oh, sure.
Because like, you can know how it goes, but when you're on acid, you kind of, the movie takes over. You're in the back seat, and you can like remember what's gonna come. It doesn't stop the roller coaster you're on, though. You know, like, dude, when he's in that lighthouse and he realizes that he's the fucking missing patient.
Oh man!
It was like in Doctor Strange when the Ancient One says, "It's not about you," and the camera pans out. Dude, that hits so
this
hard.
I can talk about all day. Marvel, oh, that's my shit, man.
Me too,
I
bro.
love Marvel, man.
Fuck yeah, me too. You excited for Quantumania?
Very excited. You know what I've recently stopped doing? Watching Marvel trailers.
Yeah.
All together. You know what? I'm gonna watch the movie anyways. I've been doing it since 2008.
Yep.
Iron Man. I've been going to theaters to watch them on day one. What's a trailer gonna? It's gonna convince me to watch it twice?
Right.
It's gonna spoil something. Actually, Marvel's been pretty good about using only the first act in their trailers.
Right. And plus, they've mastered removing and even adding backgrounds and different images.
Except for that little Spider-Man mishap
when
Lizard got punched by midair.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Hey, I mean, could you imagine being in one of those writer rooms?
Oh man,
there's got to be 40 of them. Just
actual nerds. They like grew up like you know, reading this stuff.
They just got you just got stacks of comics. We're like, we're gonna go with Mark, whoever that author is, and you're gonna start at issue 1. People 5, you 5. You're gonna start issue 10.
I'm most excited for the Daredevil project. That's yeah, they're rebooting Daredevil, but they're still using the same actor, Charlie Cox, the one that was in the Netflix series.
She-Hulk too.
Yes,
yeah, they have to.
Yes. Oh, he's Daredevil, absolutely. What are you gonna use, Ben Affleck again,
bro? What the fuck was up? Why did they have Daredevil and She-Hulk hooking up? What is that?
I mean, you know, it's comics. I never remember that in the comics. We just saw her talking to the head of Marvel, Kevin Feige, as a robot, and we're arguing why she's fucking a blind lawyer. I think they're both attractive people.
Yeah, hey, they said that too. They said that in this show. I think he said it because it's funny that he says it because he's blind. Yeah,
he always knows. It's something that Mr. Murdoch's got.
He can hear the wind caressing off your skin and just see you in that's wild, man.
How'd you like Love and Thunder?
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, that's good.
I absolutely loved it.
I'm so glad to hear that. Like, a lot of people I talked to, they my brother specifically hated it. And,
what?
He didn't like the fact that it was funny. There was comedy attached to it, or it was a constant comedy attached to it.
Did he not like Ragnarok?
He loved Ragnarok, which is the weird thing. He felt like the send off should have been a bit more of a grounded, serious one. I don't know. I think Marvel does no wrong, so I'm a little bit biased when it comes to it.
Yeah, well, I don't want to. I wouldn't say that they do no wrong, but I mean, I gotta. Dude, that movie was epic. I mean, the way they personify gore, it's just spot on.
Maybe they could have given him a little bit more of a Kratos vibe. That'd have been cool if he was a little bit more brutal.
Oh, okay. I don't know, man. I liked it so much.
I loved it. I loved the movie. I've got almost no complaints about it.
Right. I can't think of one.
I've never made a movie.
True, but I mean, we watch movies our whole lives.
I love it, exactly. And all the Marvel ones I've thoroughly enjoyed. I can't think of one. I mean, even Dark World became a little bit more relevant after Endgame came out.
You ever heard of the Confused Breakfast podcast?
I haven't, no.
Joe put me onto him, Rogan, obviously. They it's just a group of guys. They like find theories and connections between movies that have like nothing to do with each other. Like, you know, all kinds of movies. It's a really cool podcast. They have this one where they're talking. You ever seen Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Sure, yeah.
Have you seen Snowpiercer?
No, I haven't seen Snowpiercer.
It's a Chris Evans movie.
I've seen like the trailer for it. I mean, not the trailer, the poster rather.
Yeah, dude.
I haven't seen it. What's that one about?
So it's set 100 years into the future, where the world we were going through global warming, and in order to prevent global warming, scientists created some mist that they were going to put up into our atmosphere that was going to cool the planet.
Obviously, that turned out great.
It worked too good. Worked way too well. And meanwhile, this man, Walter, is building a train that goes through every continent all around the entire Earth in 365 days exactly. Interesting. So, 100 years into the future, civilization only exists on this train. And we understand, you know, look at the class system. You get the poor, the rich, you know. Classes exist, obviously, on the train. Those in the back don't get, you know, they're the poor. Those up front are the rich. So
it's a literal literary train.
Yes, it's such a trippy movie too, man. So the point is, Chris Evans leads this rebellion from the back to the front of the train. The Confused Breakfast podcast points out how Walter, who owns the train, is Charlie from the factory. Bro,
they have like a theory where like they linked it up and it matches pretty well.
it makes too much sense. It makes too much sense.
I love when people do that,
dude. Man. The technology of the train is straight out of the movie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You know how the Oompa Loompas are small and they operate everything? The train, I don't want to... Oh, fuck.
I got it. Like the remnants of it probably had like small people sitting in it or something. I see.
No, they literally steal children from the back of the train.
Oh, okay.
And bring them to the front of the train to operate it.
Oh, I see.
Bro, it's such a good movie.
Oh, I see. Because why else would they be that small if they weren't Oompa Loompas or children?
Yeah, well, we don't have Oompa Loompas anymore.
Oh, man.
So now we have to use children.
That's awesome.
Dude, it's such a good movie.
That's somebody that's sit and watched like 500,000 movies and like, you know what's weird about that? And they've watched them like, I don't know, 20 times each.
I can't do it. My mom told me when I was a kid I watched Aladdin 300 times in a row.
That was me with The Lion King.
Yeah.
Came out the same year that I was born. 94. So yeah, I used to get in trouble for asking for The Lion King at like 2 in the morning.
It's a classic, man. Did you like the remake they did?
You know, I didn't mind
action.
I didn't mind it. I couldn't get over the fact that Nala wasn't. I was listening to Beyonce. Like every time she talked or tried singing, I'm like, this isn't Nala, this is Beyonce.
Yeah.
She didn't even try to like change it up a bit. Donald Glover did a fantastic job as Simba, but I mean, nothing beats the original.
Yeah, for sure. I was kind of thinking like, Disney has to do Hercules next.
Sure. I mean,
I would kind of like to see a new Hercules.
Who else haven't they done? I mean, they haven't done Snow White in a while.
What if they just did Hercules 2?
Just
pick up from right from where they left off, you know? Like they went back to...
What's the story for Hercules 2, though?
See, if I talk about it here, I could be losing out on a lot of money.
Let's be absurd about it. Let's say Kratos decides to jump into...
Oh, so it's Hercules... No, I got you. All right, so Hercules gets back to Earth. Sora, with the Keyblade, is waiting for him. Okay? Goofy's there. Mickey is on his way.
Oh, man.
Fashionably late, as always.
That's one of the few series I never got into. It's
Kingdom Hearts?
Never got into.
No.
I was playing Metal Gear Solid around that time.
Oh, yeah, you can't switch from Metal Gear to Kingdom. That doesn't even make sense.
A lot of Splinter Cell, too.
Yeah, that was... Dude, I used to... That's what started my game rage, Splinter Cell.
Game rage, I know that one. Just trying to be stealthy and...
I can almost remember
that started my obsession with stealth games right there.
I can almost remember the scene. It's like you're climbing through air ducts, and they're in an office, and they're like surveying the office, right? And like if you sit there and watch them, they keep making the same pattern. Well, if you move over, like there's only a few, like 2 different ducts to go through, and one of them has an open vent that if you go into, they automatically hear you. And then the other one takes you into another room that has more guards that you can't really do anything in. Well, apparently you have to have some like noise canceling
device. Like noise makers or whatever. Oh, yeah,
or a noise maker, or there's something that
gadgets. Yeah,
I didn't have it, and I didn't. Dude, I was a kid. I didn't read that shit. I could never get past it, and I got so mad, and I just, you know.
Yeah, there's
enough of Splinter Cell for me.
There's one I think also with that. There's one game that I don't think I ever beat the first level as a kid as well, or it was like Medal of Honor or something. I must have had like a glitched disc because I played it on a separate one years later and I ended up beating that level. It's just it kept me locked in that first level of Medal of Honor Rising Sun.
That's
well. And now you're gone and Call of Duty reigns, so fuck you, Medal of Honor.
Dude, Call of Duty is so toxic.
I don't play it, but
I gave it up.
Beat out Medal of Honor.
I had to give it up too, man. Did you ever play Call of Duty?
I was always bad at it. I would play while if I'm squatting up with my friends, and I would only be there to entertain them. I know. Listen, guys, we're gonna lose, but we're gonna be laughing while we lose.
Fuck it. That's what it's all about, man. You gotta have that one guy who's just like Leroy Jenkins.
I'm the wild card. Yeah. I just sit there and talk shit and like. Where did you land? Like 4 miles away from everybody else.
I'm just letting you know who's coming from the east.
Exactly. So it's a lot of. I've gone down in the video games a lot. I'm playing a little bit of Fallout 76 now. Before I used to play like video games just hours at a time. Now I'm in there for 20 minutes. I'm like, I could be doing something a lot better.
Yeah.
I should be writing. I should be cleaning. I should be doing something.
What's your writing process like?
If I think of something that's funny, it's like it immediately has to go in the thing. What I really need to do is dedicate some time to writing a week is, sit down, notice your actions. Because it really comes to you when you're not listening to anything. You're not listening to music. You're not listening to podcasts. When you're with your own thoughts.
Have you experienced that personally? Like, actually, it does come to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah? Especially, like, in the shower. That's, like, that's golden time right there. I wish I had a notepad in the shower. That's, like, you get the bits, you get something, you get like an inkling of an idea, and when you're in the shower, your mind just wanders. You just go here to there. So you got to make sure you write that shit as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. You try it out as soon as possible because like you look at it too long, you're gonna be like, oh, this isn't funny, whatever. You second guess yourself a lot, and a lot of the stuff isn't gonna be funny, but. Again, comedy doesn't exist in a vacuum. You have to do it. You have to try it out.
And it doesn't also exist only for you. It's for the viewer, too. So you have to try it out. Damn, that makes sense.
And if you're on stage and maybe that doesn't work out, but you think of something else right there that does, or you just eat shit the whole night. And that's important because, those jokes didn't work out. Or maybe they will. You can't abandon a joke after the first time it doesn't work out. By the way, maybe you just got to tell it differently. You got to cut out the fat here, do different things.
Is it possible to tell a joke that you don't find funny that other people do? Like, do you think you could write a joke that you don't think is funny, but is actually funny?
Like, what do you mean? Like a topic that I don't find funny or something?
Yeah, like maybe you're just like maybe you're looking through old jokes or whatever, and you don't find it funny anymore, but you actually find a way that you'd be like, huh, I bet somebody like this would find it funny.
Well,
And
yeah,
you go and try
if it's
it.
worked before, absolutely. There's always going back to bits that you've worked on in the past, especially after you've been doing it for a while. You can always find new corners, new ways to look at it. And if you do it, maybe somebody can give you a different tack, or maybe or just gotta abandon it altogether. It's all about just doing it.
Right.
You gotta just get out. It's all about the stage time.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. I it's like that translates right into podcasting too. When I first started,
That's everything. You gotta get your 10,000 hours in.
yeah, true.
That's with every profession.
10,000 hours, and dude, that must be scary when you're doing 5-10 minutes at a time.
Exactly. Well, the thing, the goal is you don't want to be doing an open mic every week. You want to be funny enough that people that are there book you for their shows. Which, thankfully, I have been booked on shows in this area. People either think I'm funny or just very nice, but I have been I just had a sold out show at Windsor Locks a couple
Nice.
like last month, 200 people. It wasn't,
Really?
I obviously wasn't headlining it, but I was part of that show.
Yeah, you're there, man. That's experience. It's awesome.
It was fantastic. Yeah, it was a really cool crowd, and I'd like to think I did well. I recorded it as well. I record all my sets.
Is it hard to see the people in the crowd?
Sometimes there's lights that are just like right in your face.
Yeah.
But other times you're just at a bar.
Right,
there's
right.
no professionalism. You can just see everybody there, which is I don't know which is more unnerving, being able to see people or not. I like being able to see people's reactions. I like being able to see people like a gasp, because if somebody's shocked by something, I can focus on that. Oh, you don't like that, do you? You're gonna love this. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, it's definitely feeding off the vibes. It's all about vibes. That's so cool, man. I'd love to get into it, but I don't know. I'm just one of those guys. I'll keep saying
I was like that. I was like that for a long time too. I mean, like the moment I started listening to the comedy podcast, which is years and years ago, I was like, oh, maybe I can do this, and I spent years thinking I could, and then eventually I'm just like, I can't. I'm going to do it. You gotta. Taking that first leap is very hard though, but once you do it, you get the bug.
Mm-hmm.
You either realize that it's not for you, or you get obsessed with it immediately. It's very quick.
It's got to also be like very affirming when people laugh at your jokes.
Absolutely. Oh my God, you feel so good.
Like
you find yourself,
people.
you find yourself laughing too. You're like, oh, I really hate this shit. And then you bomb the next show. You're like, they hate me.
Fucking Theo and Tony Hinchcliffe were just talking about that on a podcast I was listening to. They were like, one of these guys they brought up, did his set and it was great, and then he looked at Theo, looked back at the crowd, and was just like, yeah, and basked in it.
Oh, that's so good.
And they were just like, ew, dude, what are you doing?
But I probably relished that moment.
But dude, I would.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean? There's I grew up, my parents had a karaoke bar and shit, you know what I mean? So performing has always been a part of, whether it was in church, at the bar, it's always been around.
I used to be a little church band myself.
Yeah, I was also in a little metal band, Black Amethyst, back in the day, and we played a couple different bars and stuff.
Black Amethyst,
right? Yeah, we were heavy, dude, and so the performance isn't like the thing. It's not like being in front of people. It's I guess it's really just like finding the time,
Sure.
Like, so you work a normal job, yeah?
We were working that. Does your crowd know about your day job?
Yeah,
Sure. I don't want to delve too much information.
No, it's all good.
We were working on that school a couple months ago. I believe UMass was it. We were just installing some stuff. So yeah, I work in construction. I install windows. That is my day job. Before that, I was working at a video game store.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working since I was 15, but I've been doing construction for a bit now. But comedy, that's the real passion. much. That's,
of course.
The goal is just, pay the bills on comedy. I have my the first check I ever made from comedy just framed.
Yeah.
A $40 check, but whatever. Man, I made it.
You're like Mr. Krabs. I got my first dollar.
Exactly, my first dollar. Yeah. I wish I saved my first cash dollar from comedy, but that's
Has anybody ever tried to like pay you in something other than money?
Unfortunately, no.
Damn it!
I haven't, but I know back in the day, Joey Diaz went to those mics and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna pay you in coke, we can pay you in money." I haven't had one of those yet.
Yeah, I think he kind of dry snitched on everybody.
I'm lying like a motherfucker right now. I worked I went to this place in Rhode Island. It's like weed lounge in Rhode Island.
Nice.
And I got way too high. Like
you just did your show. You're like, you know what? It's cool, guys.
I mean, it went relatively well, but I mean, yeah, I probably like stopped halfway through my set. Just way too high. the gentleman that came up after me, he's like, "What are you high on? Heroin, man? It's not that serious."
Jesus. I get that though. I understand that feeling, man. When I moved here from Ohio,
I can usually hang, but I mean, like I was just sitting there, like it was joint after joint. I'd be like, "All right, guys, I'm done up with this one." And from like a hand of God would come down and pass me another fully lit joint. They'd just be passing joints like, this place was really cool. Shout out to that spot in Providence.
Nice.
I couldn't even tell you the name of it. That's how gone I was.
When I first moved here from Mass, my dad, we smoked a joint. I mean, I was pretty toasty. He lights up another one. I'm hitting it. And then I woke up like 7 hours later. And that happened for the first like 2 weeks that I lived here in Mass.
Dude, it's strong ever since they got like dispensary level stuff. It's expensive, but it's strong. What is it, like a 20% tax on the weed here? It's
pretty wild. Although it's actually gotten a lot cheaper, man. Like you can go right here to the Verb in East Hampton. You can get 1 gram pre-rolls for $4.50.
Oh, that's not bad. Actually.
It's actually not bad. You know, they got some pretty good prices now. You can get an ounce for like $1.30.
I was working in Cambridge. The price was relatively cheap there, which you wouldn't think. Like Cambridge being like a college town, expensive city, you wouldn't think the weed was cheap there, but it was.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, in Ohio, it's only medical yet. They're trying to get it recreational, but it's I can't believe it's like it's just. Let us do it. Let us do it all. Like,
like, Colorado's like legalizing shrooms at this point. Where some states are battling over weed. It's wild.
I know, man. I know it. How do you feel about mushrooms? You like mushrooms?
I've done them a couple of times. Sure.
Yeah.
I haven't done them recent. Actually, the last time I did it was actually at that spot in Rhode Island. They had there was vendors there. It should probably be best that I not disclose this spot because they were like vendors there, selling allegedly selling mushrooms. This is all
just cordyceps.
Obviously, this is satire. This is a comedy podcast. And nothing I say should be taken seriously.
100%. I'll have a disclaimer.
Exactly.
That'll be in post.
Yeah, chocolate like with a chocolate bar with like mushrooms in it. It's got very, very high, very, very trippy. LSD I've done as well. Acid I've done as well. I gotta say, the one I love the most, I haven't done her in a while, but a long time. I probably won't ever do her again just because it was wild with Molly. Molly was the shit. Back in the day.
That's just wild.
Back when I was like in high school and like raving, woo, it was a lot of fun.
If you're getting like legit Molly, that's wild, man.
It's a fun time.
Like when you see videos, you like Key and Peele?
Sure. Yeah.
They have that episode where with EDM, they're like the dude, his buddy comes in, and they're like, we gotta unpack everything. He just moved into a new apartment, and the dude's like, yo, I got this new track. You got to hear this, man. He puts it into the system, and it's EDM, and they start smashing everything. Their noses are bleeding. Next thing you know, all of his stuff is destroyed. And then he ends up throwing himself out the window.
Oh, man, they never miss. Those guys are so funny.
That's Molly.
Yeah.
That's Molly, man.
Wow. I've only ever done it in like a rave setting. Thankfully, I've never, done it like in a home.
Only safe. It's only safe in a rave.
Right. Surrounded by strangers. In a place far away from home.
Yeah, you don't want to be next to your neighbor.
No.
You don't want Bertha finding you on Molly. You know what I mean?
And it's a social thing, so you do want to be out with those folks.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I have done mushrooms on stage, like a couple of. I waited long enough to actually start tripping before I went on stage. I abandoned my set halfway through and just started telling all comedians that I love them.
Nice.
I love you guys so much. I can't wait to see all of you on Rogan.
That's cool. I bet they were having a blast.
Oh, it was a fun time. Yeah.
I did mushrooms on here with my dad. That was pretty intense.
Oh, with your dad?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I've only ever smoked weed with my dad, and I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah, no, my dad's pretty cool. But we were in a broom closet. It was my very first studio room.
Sure.
It was, dude, literally from this wall to the middle of the table.
You guys did a podcast while you were?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
And I had a buddy, Tyler, at the time. He was doing the production, and Jesse was my co-host. My dad was our guest. He was our first guest. And I was just like, I got some shrooms. I was like, let's just take a stem and a cap each. I'm like, it'll be enough to laugh.
Little microdose.
Tyler, my producer, sitting across from me, never did mushrooms before in his life. Very open-minded, though. Cool kid, So we all eat them. 25 minutes later, my dad is kind of like where you are, little. Over there, he's talking. And not in this room, but
sure.
But he's talking. And over here, everything just starts...
Oh, wiggling. Oh, yeah.
Doing the old wigglies.
You get the wavies.
Mm-hmm. And then I look over here, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm tripping." I was like, "It's here."
It's fucked up when you think you see a bug underneath you, and it's just
yeah, right. Oh shit! Oh yeah.
We're fine. All right. We did something a little bit.
Yeah, right.
To our body.
So I'm looking up this way, and then mind you, I'm looking this way, so in my peripheral is Tyler, right across from me. I'm like, "Oh, this is his first time."
Oh, he's tripping the fuck out, bro.
I was like, "Oh fuck." And then I recognized that my dad's been talking this whole time, and all I'm hearing is...
What, you Charlie Brown? You Charlie Brown now. You were Charlie Brown for
within 25 minutes, my guy.
Charlie Brown.
So then I had to zoom in, and this is all on the pot. I'm like, I'm like, guys, I'm sorry, I'm tripping. And then I look over at Tyler. I'm like, Tyler, I'm sorry. It's all good. You're going to be good. And we end up going for another 4 hours after that.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Is that one out there?
Yeah, it's on there.
I'd love to hear that one. That's awesome.
Yeah. The quality might be shit. Dude, man. I mean, it's all DIY from the knowing nothing to now it's...
I didn't do a bit of research. That's why I knew about the story.
Yeah, of course.
Story. I didn't do a bit of research. It's just so much podcasts out there, and I'm subscribed to Patreons and stuff.
Yeah,
it's a new podcast every day, and I
love it, man. I really think that's what it's all about. Life, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, man. Just being able to talk, being able to interact with new folks. I mean, you and I probably would have never interacted beyond our working and construction. Beyond that's
right. You'd have just been another guy in my way. I'd have been in your way.
I think you were listening to
YMH. I think.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, who was on? I was like, I hear who was the guest? I said, is that? It wasn't Schultz. It was.
I can't remember who I was listening to.
I remember is that whoever it is? And
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's.
Yeah, man. I love it. It's such a great community, and that's what the world needs. I feel like somebody's upstairs.
Somebody just came home, or are you getting robbed, or?
Probably getting robbed.
Oh, nice.
There's not shit up there. Everything of value is right here in front of me. So
you a 2A household?
2A?
Second Amendment?
Oh, 100%.
Yes, sir.
100%. I've been a proud member of the USCCA for the past 10 years.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
I know some guys there. Yeah, I'm not worried. I think it's just Nelly probably trying to get some food out of her bowl. She's funky. She likes to take a bite of her food, walk away, drop it, and then eat it piece by piece.
Oh, that's Francine, my dog. The exact, to a T, she does the exact same thing. I think it's an anxiety thing.
Is it anxiety or is it oppositional defiance? Because if that was a kid, I'd smack him on the ass and send him to their room. What the fuck you doing?
Just eating off the floor.
Yeah, what the fuck? You have a bowl. I wash it once a week.
The reserve baser instincts is what she's doing. like, I must feed off the floor, Father.
Oh man! So really, I'm actually traumatizing her by putting her food in a bowl. Son of a bitch!
You gotta take it to where she drops it. Maybe that'll be the case. Unless she just chooses to, she picks it up and eats it and puts it back to where the original food was, just to spite you.
She probably has ADHD. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you can see some dogs have like anxiety. It's funny when somebody gets a dog for like a therapy dog, but that dog needs a therapy dog.
That's so funny. My mother did that. She bought a Jack Russell Terrier.
And gave it anxiety?
She didn't buy it, actually. It was a rescue dog, and he did have anxiety. He was prescribed Valium.
Wow.
Because if you went like that, he would run. He would chase his ass.
Not funny, but
until
is.
It passed out.
Oh my God. He would pass out.
Yeah, so at first we had no idea what it was. Dude, me and my brother tortured that thing. I would be running down the stairs and just be like, yeah, I would just run down the stairs and he would, and we thought it was funny, until he'd pass out. And 20 seconds after passing out, he'd just pop right back up,
Oh, man.
And then my mom was like, hey, asshole, he's dying every time you do that.
Literal panic attack to the point where his heart just gives out every time.
Well, it was really fucked up. One day it was like 95 degrees outside, and we had a caged-in backyard. My mom actually used to run this thing called Canine Guardians Rescue, where we had at one point there was like 32 dogs in our backyard.
Oh, that's the dream.
And this is the one that she was her therapy dog. Right?
Oh, okay.
The one that needed Valium. It says a lot about my mom. So she leaves him outside, and we're out in Fairpoint, Ohio. It's out in the middle of nowhere. Everybody's truck is rolling smoke, dual axle, loud vehicles out there, a bunch of hillbillies. And one guy was rolling smoke down the road above our house. It's the only thing that I could think of that would have been loud enough to make him freak out. So he was outside for like 2.5 hours. My mom went out there, and he was completely dead.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
It was too hot. He literally ran himself to death.
Yeah, I think that happened to a Rottweiler that I had back when I was like 3. I had no control over the situation, but I think I was recanted the story of that happening as well. That's really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's crazy. Man, if I could just see him running one more time.
They got a video. So, why the move to Massachusetts?
My father's from here.
Okay.
He went down to Ohio with wrestling, and then he ended up. He was a wrestler for a while. Him and my mom were together for like a total of 10 years. He adopted her prior kids. They had me. Separated when I was like 5.
Okay.
So I've been back and forth my whole life.
Oh, okay.
Had friends here, had friends there.
Mom's still in Ohio?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. My older brother and sister are still down there. They have their own lives and shit. So, Ohio is a bum fucking place.
Chappelle's from Ohio. Dave Chappelle.
He also had enough money to buy his own community and gate that shit in.
Oh, during COVID? Oh, man, to be part of that community would have been shit. To be one of the comics that he shipped in all the time.
Yeah, that would have been something.
That's the goal, to be part of the to be accepted into the inner circle, because it's it's one you want to be a part of.
Back to what I'm so excited about what Joe Rogan's doing is I think he's taking that inner circle and going just like the Big Bang, baby. It's gonna fucking explode.
And it's wild that he moved like a long-standing community in LA, just uprooted it to Austin with him.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are still in LA; they're not leaving, and you can travel everywhere. But the fact that he himself built this huge community within, I'd say 2 years now.
Yeah.
3 years.
It's pretty wild. It's magnificent, actually.
I want to work at that club when he opens it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I get a chance to someday.
What would be your introductory position? Door guy?
Oh man, if he'd probably have an open mic night. If he's running a comedy club, he'd probably have an open mic.
Oh, there's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like a plantation.
Sure. Yeah,
it's
the same thing as Kill Tony. It's gonna be like a draw box or whatever. Which, hey, man, I'll be there every week.
Well, I wonder how that's gonna work. Is Kill Tony gonna go to the new place and leave the Vulcan.
They might leave the Vulcan just because Rogan might be building it just. So
he wants kind of fucked up to the Vulcan, huh?
I mean, he wants the community. I mean, yeah, he doesn't want to. That's true. He probably might not want to.
Because I mean, Vulcan really saved. Vulcan was like, "Yo, fuck with that. Fuck what your guy did to you." You know, and the cancellation Tony went through. He was putting somebody on. He was giving him stage time.
I mean, they can both exist. I mean, Rogan can have this thing, and Kill Tony can still exist at the Vulcan. I mean, it's more of an arena, anyways. If it's like, whereas whatever, I don't even know what Rogan's new club is called, but it's gonna be a comedy club. It's not gonna be.
What the fuck? It's got a strange name. I was even like, huh? I'll just look it up real quick. It's got a really strange name.
I mean, I've heard them all. I've heard all types of names. Loud, elbow. It's always body parts. The elbow room, the funny bone.
Yeah, that is true, isn't it? Yeah, I gotta update this dang laptop. It's gonna take a minute.
Oh, no worries. We can fill the air in the meantime.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'd love to move down there.
For comedy, or just to be like
just to be, even if I wasn't a comedian, just to be there, just to be a part
of the community. Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure. These podcasters are going to need producers.
I feel like I'm the guy who, you know, Rogan talks about. There's always that guy who can he can make comedians laugh. He can in the conversation, he can be funny as fuck. On stage, it doesn't really translate.
Nah, man.
And I feel like I feel like that's gonna be me, because like I've written. So I got this premise, you know, the Anunnaki, right? Most people have heard of the Anunnaki, and every 3,500 years they're traveling around. You know, they're on a very large orbit around our sun, and they fly between Earth and Mars. They got to the point in civilization to where they can no longer reproduce. And in order for them to reproduce, they needed another civilization, something that could bear their DNA. I was like, well, you're traveling through space 3,500 years, and one day you come up, you see this little blue ball, you zoom in, you see these monkeys. They got opposable thumbs and ass cheeks. You telling me these motherfuckers ain't trying to come down here and clap ass with them motherfucking monkeys? They've been up there horny for 3,000 years.
These guys don't got hair? They don't have hair? It's only on their head? Oh, let's get down there.
You ever look at a baboon's ass? You know? Like, I'm just saying. See, now that's a good premise.
Yeah.
But how could I don't know if I could translate, if I could get it into the right words for enough people.
You're on the ship. You are a member of the ship. You're the one that sees that looks down in the telescope and sees the people down there, and you're the one talking to your buddy. That's a way to put it there.
Okay. Yeah. Right. You're right. So like, put myself in the driver's seat,
as opposed to like, oh, these guys are looking down here like, you know, like, oh, look at these monkeys here. You're like, oh, you've been without the pussy for 2,500 years.
Okay, I see what you're. Yeah, but yeah, all right.
That's just one way to look at it. Okay, that's just like off the top of my head. There's several ways to workshop it, and talking with comics and workshopping shit with comics and honestly doing it on stage is the way to do it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, what's the name of it? No. I just seen it the other day. Oh, this is from 2021.
He's very coy about it on the podcast.
Tim Dillon just said it the other day. How do you feel? You like Tim's comedy?
Love Tim Dillon. He's
pretty
so funny. His rants, I just listened to his special on, was it YouTube or was it? No, actually no, Netflix buy it, so they put it on Netflix. Did you see what Andrew Schultz?
The Mothership. That's right.
That's very Rogan.
Yeah. I was just like, But
I mean, that's yeah. It was either the chimp base or the mothership. Like
the chimp base. Planet of the Ape.
Yeah, man. No, but I love Tim Dillon's comedy. Did you see what Andrew Schultz did with his special? How he like
Oh, put it on YouTube.
Yeah, well, yeah. So like, I forgot. He didn't name which streaming service, but it's for all intents and purposes to say like, let's say it's Netflix. Netflix was gonna buy it, but then they said, "Can you censor this one joke or these two jokes?" And he said, "Fuck you, absolutely not." And he put it and he bought it back from Netflix or something like that because I think they had already bought it.
He did buy it back.
Yeah, he bought it back and then put it on YouTube himself and made his money back and then some.
Yeah, I really like.
It's a fantastic story. I love that.
Yeah, I really like the taking the fucking wheels, man. That's what it's all about.
And Charles is like the cool guy in comedy now. He's like the he's got like the I hate to say bring back like an 08 term, but he's got swag.
Dude, every time they upload an episode, I comment the same thing. It's the hang.
Yeah, it's just
this
chilling.
is the hang. Like people like sometimes it's a little too much, where they talk over each other.
Oh sure, yeah.
And then, but like. That's just normal,
That's
man.
how people talk. That's how conversations go. Listen, I grew up in a Puerto Rican household my whole life. That's how every party goes.
6 conversations going and you're picking up enough.
At their lungs, at the top, everybody's yelling at each other. It's wild. I'm comfortable listening to Flagrant. This is mild compared to family parties.
Oh yeah. I've been listening to the drunk. Shit. We might be drunk. Thank you.
Mark Norman, Sam Morril.
Dude, I love those guys.
Let me give you a rec, unless you've already listened to them. Are You Garbage? It's by far probably one of the best podcasts
I've heard of it a bunch of times.
So good.
I haven't watched it.
Tom Segura is your favorite. He did an episode.
Okay.
He's on it. So Are You Garbage is there's two comedians. They sit down with a bunch of other comedians and they ask them questions about their life and try to figure out if they go up to be classy or trashy. And it's a lot of fun. Tom Segura's episode is really funny. Bobby Lee's been on.
Dude, Bobby's I cracked that joke. I cracked that joke earlier, but man, honestly, like he seems like just such a sweetheart of a human.
Sure, yeah.
Like he does seem like a gem. You know what I mean? You said earlier, like I don't know if it's because I was funny or it's because I'm really nice. He says that same thing. He said that for 20 years in comedy. When he said that, I immediately tied that together.
Oh man, yeah. Bobby's hard on himself, but
yeah.
I wish he would release a special. Like
seriously,
I wish he would. Because it's funny, I only know him through his podcast and Tiger Belly and Bad Friends, and I'd love to hear his special, even his old. Just put out your old shit, Bobby.
Yeah,
put it on YouTube, man.
There's these videos on YouTube where it's compilations of people going to Cleveland. It's like this broadcast news station where they had this segment where they were to interview comedians, and the interviewer was a comedian herself, and there's like 6 of them that I've seen. These compilations where comedians come in, they make her feel uncomfortable, and ones where Tom comes in and he's in his he was doing this persona for a long time.
Steven Seagal persona? Or
no, he's a gangster.
Oh, okay.
Wore his hat to the side. You talk like this, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then it goes straight from that to Bobby Lee. Like literally, like he's got his shirt up and he's like trying to rub his nipples on hers. He's just like, kiss me. This is so fucking because she's a comedian, so she's taking it. But like if he was to do that shit today,
oh sure.
So seeing like, I so wish he would just start being himself. You know what I mean? And I think that the podcast he did with Kalila.
Yeah, Kalila, sure.
Dude, that yeah. But that put a lot of his life on blast, man. Like a lot of stuff he wasn't ready to have out there.
Sure, I mean.
If you look back on it now that they're separated, there's all kinds of videos where she's just like throwing him under the bus for no reason, piggybacking off of this man's genius.
Yeah.
I hate that. I just wish you'd.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because there is no Tiger Belly without Kalila. They need it. They're doing it together.
Yeah.
I think they've done it together since the get. I don't know when I jumped in, but they've been doing it for a while. That's not one of the ones that I subscribe to their Patreon. I listen to the episodes every now and then when there's a guest that I like.
Mm-hmm. the only Patreon I've subscribed to, or I used to. I don't subscribe to any of them anymore. I used to subscribe to Brennan Schaub, Chris D'Elia,
Fighter in the Kid,
and
Brian Callen.
No, it was Theo, King and the Sting.
King and the Sting.
Sure. Yeah, but it was like right after. It was before D'Elia, his whole thing happened.
Sure, which he's back.
Back. Dude, he's killing it. Listen, hey, I don't. I'm just an observer. I don't want any space in what happens in the personal life, But dude, that guy is hilarious. He's got the looks of the facial expressions of you remember Red Skelton? You ever heard of him?
Red Skelton.
Red Skelton was one of the very first stand-up comedians. Let me pull him up. This will take a decade. I got a dinosaur right here. No, it's not going to take that long. This is how I got introduced into comedy. My grandmother. Oh, fuck. My grandmother had these on VHS when I was a kid. Born 1913, died 1997. American entertainer, best known for his national radio and television show between 1937 and 1971. A host of the television program, The Red Skelton Show. And so his whole show was he would start off with a 10-minute stand-up bit. Okay.
Kind of like an SNL type thing?
In a way, yeah. There was like a monologue, and then he would go into sketch comedy. Or not skit comedy. And he had this whole array of different characters. And the faces he would make, and like, let me just see if they have any.
Cool, I like this.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let me see. He did work with the old Western guy everybody loved.
John Wayne.
John Wayne, yeah. They did skit like satire of like legit John Wayne movies, and oh my god, like this guy.
This was your intro to comedy?
This is my introduction to comedy as a small kid.
Oh.
And yeah, that's him right there, man. He made, honestly, I could even get a little emotional about it, because like I had a real rough fucking childhood, and when I first got introduced to my father's mom, she was batshit. She's still alive. She's still batshit crazy.
Oh, sure.
Batshit crazy.
Tim Dillon's mom level.
Batshit crazy. Sure. And this was like the only kind of happiness that I was given. You know what I mean? And like, dude, I would watch his video, the 4 VHS tapes on repeat. He has this one character, Clem Cadiddlehopper. And yeah, it starts off where there's war, right? All around. Bombs are dropping, and he's just sleeping in a fucking tub. And then the war ends, and he starts to wake up, and then all of a sudden police are outside, trying to see if there's survivors. But he's a bad guy, so he's hiding from the police. And then then he realizes that they're really stupid, right? So then he acts like he's the owner of the house, and then they're like, hey, you kind of fit the description, but you kind of just made it through this bomb. They were like, mad confused, and he uses their stupidity to get out of the situation. And, it's just old school comedy, man.
I love the old absolutely. Who was on first type level comedy? Oh man. I mean, back in the day, like you're talking about Johnny Carson. You're like, when you were on Johnny Carson, you made it. Like there was no other really shows we watched. And I mean, Johnny liked you. That was it.
Look at this. Skelton's 70-year career as an entertainer began as a stage performer, retained a fondness for theaters, and referred to them as palaces.
Like in his living room. Nice. See, that's a dream right there. Privately entertaining guests in your living room right there.
Chappelle,
Kevin Hart.
Yeah. He died the year I was born. Whoa, what if I'm him reincarnated, man?
97? Born 97?
Oh, it does. Oh, okay. The picture said 94, so I was an idiot.
Oh, I'm born 94. That's me too.
Yeah?
94, yeah. At the ass end, December 94, so I don't think it counts. But still.
Oh, I got you. Just a few months. September 17th. Oh, that's my brother's birthday. September 17th, but it was 2009 or some shit.
My brother was born in year 2000. Lucky them, they could just like tell their year by the year it is.
I want to see like different characters. Because I keep using this fucking board and it's not plugged into this one. Yeah, here we go. No, oh, dude, this fucking guy, he's in there fighting with it was like a legitimate world professional boxer at the time.
Oh, and he's getting his ass kicked like for the sake of comedy.
And he's in there like,
oh, sure.
And oh, dude, it's so funny. Yeah. So the faces. I've like Crystalia. I feel like, you know what I mean? I love his faces.
Sure, yeah.
The expressions.
What I love about Chris Lee, he'll laugh at his own jokes, and it's genuinely like it makes me giggle just like hearing him laugh.
Do you have a lot of expression in your stand-up comedy? Like bodily, facial, or
I'll rewatch my sets and I find myself like pointing at people and like smiling. I'm like, who do I think I am, John Mulaney? But I try to have a big stage presence, move around, but not too much where it's distracting. I learned very early on here's a little tip that when you start comedy, get that mic stand out of your way. Because if you're fiddling with that mic stand and you're moving it around, it's very distracting and it takes away from your comedy. Just get up on stage, grab the mic, and take the stand, put it right behind you.
I've probably watched over 300 episodes of Kill Tony.
Nice.
And yeah, dude, I've picked up a lot of the shit. Like the guys who come in and do well, that's probably the first. Yeah, they'll separate themselves. Mm-hmm. They'll stand in a way to where they're facing the crowd, but they're all, you know what I mean? They're
like relaxed. They're able to maneuver a bit.
But they're kind of talking to the comedian.
That's good too.
The panel, because really the one you want to impress.
Tony, David Lucas, Red Band, all those guys. Red Band, really.
Red Band's the guy you want to impress because he's gonna put you on the secret show, and if you do well on the secret show, you come back to the secret show. And then you come back to Tony. As long as you do enough, you know what I mean?
Be the new Hans Kim.
That's how he did it, man.
Hans Kim is a killer, bro.
Yeah, I love his honesty.
Honesty is really important when you're out there. Even if it's like embarrassing shit.
That's what it is.
Just, can't be a cool guy on stage. That comes off as like pretentious. Can't be like, I fuck so much chicks.
I don't know. What do you think about Uncle Laser though?
Oh sure.
Yeah. I seen him on TikTok like 2 years ago. Same shtick. Mm-hmm. It's the same guy. It's the only reason why like when Tony says like that's actually him, I hung out like I actually know he's telling the truth.
That's his character. That's what he's doing.
But there is one little thing. No, it's not a character. That's him.
That's him. Yeah,
that's him.
Wow.
But he did kind of lie in a way where it's like he did have a social media presence prior to coming on to Kill Tony. TikTok presence, but it's still a social media presence.
Yeah, sure. I mean, TikTok's really the what you want to do. I gotta start uploading more clips to TikTok. That's really like where. That's one of the things where you can like start getting a lot of notoriety.
You ever listen to Mr. Beast?
Sure.
I just listened to him on the Lex Friedman podcast.
Oh, I've only heard him on the Flagrant and Rogan so far.
Check him out on the Lex Friedman one. He's saying a lot of the same stuff, but you got to understand the atmosphere. Lex Friedman,
It's a little less nonsense.
The guy designs AI.
Sure, yeah.
So he is funny. Like he is he's a man, but like he's really intelligent. Like we know Rogan's intelligent just because he's showed us bits and pieces when he's really needed to. But aside from that, even Rogan's always.
What I really love right now is Shane Gillis. Dude, that's my favorite comedian right now. Like, right, Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. I think that's my favorite podcast. Are You Garbage is fantastic, but Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast is like probably number one for me.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he's my favorite, but dude, he kills it.
As of right now, because it fluctuates
Protect
all
Our
the
Parks.
time. It fluctuates like I mean, it's a loaded question asking a comic who his favorite comedian is, but as of right now, I've been binging my Shane Gillis. The dog.
Dude, when he fucking put Ari Shaffir on the floor.
Oh my god, Ari could not hang. How did he think he could? Shane's got like twice his size on him. Ari's a wiry Jew.
He was just doing it for comedy.
Yeah, he passed out for comedy.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah. Did you like his comedy special, Jew?
Oh, it's so fun, dude. It was killer. Calling everybody goalies.
Did you watch Band Tears, Brian Callen's special?
Is that a new one? I haven't seen it yet. No.
Fuck. This upsets me.
Everybody is dropping so much specials they can't keep up.
It upsets me because Brian was on Rogan's podcast right before the Protect Our Parks episode where he tried to promote his special, Man Tears, and Rogan was being an asshole.
Oh, was he?
He was being an asshole. You know what I mean? And Brian was even like, Brian got to the point, he was like, man, you guys always tell me to promote my stuff. And now I'm
promoting. I didn't.
No, this had to be 6 months ago now.
Oh, man.
But
I might have watched it, but I forgot.
I don't know why Rogan did it to Brian, but obviously Brian, you know, they had something between them. Rogan wasn't about promoting it. And Brian on the podcast was like, dude, you're always telling me to promote my stuff, and now I'm trying to promote it, and you're being an asshole.
Yeah,
so,
I had a Rogan response to that.
And then 2 weeks later, Ari's talking about his podcast, his special. His special's sitting at 7 million views. Brian's is sitting at like 600,000. And from my personal point of view, Brian's is funnier and reaches more people.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Dude.
Now I feel like an asshole. Like, as a comedian, and I haven't seen Brian's special.
Bro,
I love Brian.
So good. From, like, he gets the corny shit out of the way.
Who else did he promote? Did he promote it anywhere else? Because I didn't see him like on the other podcasts for a bit.
People weren't like, no, he went on.
I remember he was on Flagrant.
He went on Flagrant.
I do remember him on Flagrant.
He went on Flagrant. He went on. He made the rounds. That's what I'm saying. Ari came up literally right behind him, and everybody was just like, "Meow," straight to Ari. But the timing, it just.
Are you familiar with the comedy scenes, like the New York scene, the LA scene? Like, what's your preference? You have like a. I like them all. It's fun to ask.
Like, I guess like now I would have to say the New York scene,
sure.
Especially with
Are You Garbage guys?
We're adding Andrew Santino.
Wait,
he's moving to New York.
Interesting. He's always been an LA cat. He's always talked about not wanting to leave LA. They just did the LA Fashion Week, the Paris Fashion Week. Mateo Lane.
Ooh, that one got me.
No, yeah.
Oh, that one got me.
That's blunts for you folks.
You want Miller?
Unfortunately, I don't like the taste of beer.
Oh, that's cool.
I like a cocktail, but just the taste of beer just fucks me. I don't know what it is. And I've admitted to being a pussy on a podcast right now. There it is.
It's all right, man. And that. It's funny because that's exactly right there what Brian's podcast is all about. The whole
deconstructing of
the construction of what a man is.
Well, Brian Callen's one of my favorite. Like, man, he's very he's like a passionate Latino man, but he's not like a Latin man. Like, the way he like pronounces the Afghanistan, like
he's the man dragon.
He's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, like if I ever somehow make it to sit in front of Rogan, I'm gonna bring that up to him. I will bring it up to him, like, hey man, that was wrong. That's fucking wrong, bro.
This is Rogan right here. Jamie, can we hold it up there? I don't really remember that. Was I being an asshole that day? I must have apologized. I guess.
Yeah. Jamie's gonna be over there like.
Oh man, talk about a come up story right there, Jamie. Or did you see his Instagram post when he said 10 years ago I moved from Ohio? From Ohio to LA with $0 and a dream or something.
Yep.
Woo! Inspiration right there, man.
I moved here literally with just so it's wild. I had a phone, SD card in it. I had a full case to come up here, hire a lawyer, take my baby mom to court, get custody of my kids, right? I had this whole fucking thing planned.
2 kids, right?
Yep.
How old?
Well, now they're 10 and 8.
I got a 7-year-old.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's fun, right?
Yeah, it's great. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
Oh, no, all good. So, fucking, where was I?
You were off a court plan. You were gonna.
Oh, yeah. My buddy threw me a party for, taking off. Had a, 0.4 cocaine on him. Less than half a gram of coke. Went to the store.
Allegedly.
No, that's what he had. I'm telling you the truth.
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you the
I'm trying to stop you from any legal proceedings.
No, bro, no. This is a while
statute
ago.
of limitations has passed, people.
So
where's my camera?
Oh shit. So fucking
0.4, yeah.
He's on his way back. Cops pull him over. The guy who was driving, never been pulled over before, goes, he has coke on him.
He told him that you had it on?
No, not me. My buddy had coke on him.
Okay. The driver said that.
Yeah. The driver got pulled over.
And he snitched somebody else out?
The passenger, he says, the passenger has coke on him.
Oh my God.
To the cop. This is his first time ever being pulled over. He just freaked out.
Jesus, man.
Right?
Haven't you seen videos? Am I being detained?
Dude, I can't make this up. So they arrest him. I'm literally right up the road. I see the lights. I'm running down the road. I pull my phone out. I start making a video. I pull up. They're smacking him off the hood of the car.
Jesus Christ.
Repeatedly. Boom, boom, boom. And I start to scream. Fucking stop! I'm recording you! And then another cop comes out of another cruiser from the side and tackles me.
Oh my God.
My phone's in the field. Another cop comes over. Now they detain me. Put me in the back of a cruiser. I'm like hitting my head off the door. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't do anything. What the fuck? So.
Hitting it out the door wasn't a good look, though. Probably.
No, definitely not. I was fucked up.
Yeah, sure.
It was a hell of a night.
I can imagine.
So the cops take off with him. 2 more cruisers go. Cop comes over, lets me out, takes the cuffs off me. I'm just like, dude, where's my phone? He's like, oh, it's in the field. So I run back to the house. I'm like, anybody got a flashlight? We all grab our phones. There's like 6 of us in this field trying to find my phone. Can't find it. Next day, I called. Like first thing in the morning, I call the police station. I'm like, hey, this happened last night. Anybody have my phone? They're like, we have no reporting of anything happening last night. I was like, what do you mean there's no reporting? I was like, I said his name, everything. I was like, he was arrested at this time. I was detained.
What state did this happen in?
In Ohio.
Oh, okay, in Ohio.
Yeah. I was like, all this shit. And they're like, yeah, we got nothing for you. So I was out of luck. Jesus, with a ticket to get on the bus.
Oh, over here?
Yep, to come up here.
Lost your phone then?
Lost my phone.
Jeez, man.
So
that bus ride must have been boring.
It sucked. It sucked so bad.
I've been chatting up with like an old person at that point.
It sucked so bad, dude. And then, it's really fucked up. This guy was like, hey, you want some coke? And I was like, no.
I never want to hear about this stuff in my fucking life.
I was like, get the fuck out of here. Just some random guy was sitting there waiting on my bus in fucking Pittsburgh. And he just comes up and he's like, hey, you want some coke? I was like, dude, get the fuck
Pennsylvania things to happen.
Get the fuck away from me.
You used to live in Pennsylvania.
Oh shit, here, I'll let that go. I was telling a story, bro.
It's fine. I'll just put this out for now. I used to live in Pennsylvania for a bit in New York next to the Amish folk.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, a couple of years. I was a wee lad, so don't remember much. But where my siblings were born. 2 of my siblings were born down there.
It's actually a beautiful country, the Amish country.
Oh, sure, yeah. We got a nice house down there. It was fantastic.
I love their airfields, man. You ever see the Amish build a plane?
Amish build a plane?
You never seen the Amish build a plane?
That sounds wild. No, is that like a known thing that they do?
I don't know if it's known, but I definitely know.
Are we talking like a jet or like a
no,
Orville Brothers type shit?
You know, it's like you push. You know, what I mean, you crank it and you. You know
what do they need to fly for? Where are they going?
They're cropping. You know, shit for their crop. Delivering. They move a lot of cargo. I'm not joking.
How wild would that be?
I'm not joking.
You order butter and just some dude in wings comes in like, here you go.
You just get a fucking cash just dropped in.
Oh, that's so funny, man.
Fucking butter, eggs. That'd be a really good way to travel, you know, to move eggs. Because they're so light. Bro, how many eggs could you fit in a plane?
Oh man,
it's got to be economical.
I gotta see what these planes look like.
All right.
Yeah. Because what I'm imagining, like just the way you meant, like I'm thinking like Leonardo da Vinci's like a glider.
Oh shit.
How much building a plane is the funniest thing I've ever heard of.
No. Give me a real fucking plane.
It pulled up.
It's not gonna show me. All right, I gotta find. I don't know the name of the actual plane. Hold on.
So funny. Flying machine, I believe. I don't know.
Flip.
These guys think they're doing
plane. I don't know what the hell it would be called. Okay, yeah,
something similar to that, but like wood or straw or some shit.
Yes, like this.
Interesting.
No, it's not wood or straw. it's like
I'm coming at this from a really Philistine attitude here, like are they turning it while they fly?
They got fucking skin felt for like windshields and shit.
Propellers.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that's great. Here, like
stones for landing.
Every now and then, I've heard this. They'll just get wrecked on the highway. Like you'll see a carriage. And
why
like
are
two
we
horses?
Seeing plane? Oh, flip. I see. Because I put them. It's suggesting planes flipped over. Yeah, it's a show like this, but they're old school. Like
that's actually
you just walk up to the front propeller and you can crank it. That's what it. That's the word. Crank, not flip. And I can't even spell crank. Oh my god.
What you're talking about?
Yeah.
That is
aromatic propeller.
Oh man.
Shit like that. Wow, look at that thing.
Who's the first Amish to think of that? Like, hey, fuck these horses. Let's get in the sky.
You know, a lot of people have the conception.
Too close to the sun.
A lot of people have the conception that it's like they don't use electricity and shit, but a lot of them do.
Yeah, that's where I'm coming at it from. I'm looking at like 1,600 people, but yeah, you know, I haven't been in Pennsylvania in years and years, so I'm sure they've gotten a little bit with the times.
Me and my buddy Roy were traveling. When I was 18, I drove up here to hang out with my dad for a week, and we were driving through Pennsylvania on our way back. And I stopped to get gas, and this van pulls up full of Mennonites, and they all hop out, and they're standing there, kind of in line. I fill up the gas. I'm looking at Roy. I hop in the car. I'm looking at Roy. We roll the windows down. We both go at the same time. Like we just do. We are the knights who say nay. Drove off.
Like, oh, we've heard that one before. We've heard that one 5 times that day.
It was so perfect.
I bet they say it to each other on the way.
Oh man. I love those movies too. Like, what are some old classics like inspirations?
In what sense, like movies?
Like classical comedies, like National Lampoon,
or all the Van Wilder movies.
Oh, Van Wilder.
I like the American Pies growing up. I probably watched the American Pies way too young. Same with Porky's. My dad was a pervert. Not really, but Out to the old man, but yeah, he would put the Porky's movies on for me. Those were funny. That wasn't my inspiration. I'm not a porn star. Geez, man, I don't know. I've seen. I think I grew up mostly watching like comedy movies. My brothers were super into horror. That was not me, man. To this day, I just don't like horror movies. I'm not scared of them. It's just
they don't do it for you.
Unnecessarily grotesque, and I don't need the imagery in my mind for those days. I did watch this one movie called you ever seen The Platform? I think it's called The Platform. It's
oh yes,
with the elevator.
Fantastic
movie, really well done.
Yeah, that was good.
There's one scene that particularly fucked me up. Don't mess with animals in movies, man. I don't like animals being messed with. And spoiler alert, but a dog gets killed in the movie. And to this day, it's stuck with me. That one scene. Man. So beyond that, it's a really good movie, really good social commentary movie about like not being able to shit out words. And so you've seen it as well?
Oh yeah, man.
What's your niche of movies? Do you like comedy? Do you like
action? I love them all, man. Marvel for sure.
Bullet Train, that was a good comedy action.
Yeah, actually, that was really good. Mm-hmm. I wasn't expecting Brad Pitt to play that kind of role.
No, yeah, like the awkward guy.
It's him. Yeah, I feel like that's him. Like he's like awkward but slick.
I think his coolest role was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh,
dude, it's like that. That's Brad Pitt's like coolest like.
Role. That's such a fucking good movie. Although I will admit I was upset with how.
No, Bruce, don't say it's Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I was a little like, come on, you didn't have to go at him that hard. But you know what I mean?
I think they were doing the Jean LaBelle thing, but wasn't it Steven Seagal that stepped to Jean LaBelle? Like, wasn't
I'm not sure.
I know Brad Pitt's character was that was supposed to be like a real situation that happened. I don't know if it was with Bruce Lee, but it definitely happened with
I didn't know that either.
Steven Seagal got choked out. It was Jean LaBelle. It was Steven Seagal and Jean LaBelle, and Seagal was saying that like Aikido is better than all other branches of and he's saying this to a jiu-jitsu master or a judo master, one of the two.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he has a way to stop being choked out from any situation, like from behind. By the way, his strategy was just grabbing him by his balls. And Jean LaBelle continued to choke him out. And report to the story, Seagal shit himself. And he got passed out and he shit himself. Yeah.
That's fucking epic, dude.
I don't know if that ever happened with Bruce Lee, but my brother had the exact same.
I mean, Bruce is just. I mean, he's the guy, man. If I don't know.
I took it as an absurd thing. Like, of course, this would probably never happen, but it's so funny that it is happening. Bruce Lee just got thrown into a fucking car.
That's how I looked at it.
It was also kind of like
initially.
He was kind of a dick in the movie as well. Like Bruce Lee's character, he was kind of like no. I haven't seen it in a while, but he was like saying that he can knock anybody out or whatever. I forgot what it was, but no. It was fun to see him not be like the honorable dude that we know him as.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I definitely did. I seen it at like that at first, and then I don't know. It was when Quentin went and did a couple interviews where he was like,
he's like, fuck you.
No. He's like, no, Bruce Lee was a piece of shit. Then I was like, no, I was like, all right, come on, man. Like,
double down.
Come on. I love you, but that's fucking Bruce Lee.
Because Bruce wasn't in any of his movies, probably.
Mm-hmm. That's a different era, right?
That's true. The Curse of the Lee family, then his son as well with
oh my god,
the Crow.
The Crow.
Was that the only one he did? Brandon Lee?
Yeah, well, he died making it, right?
Yeah, he died like in the middle of it. But that was his first movie, or?
Let's find out.
Did he have he didn't have any other children, did he? That was the end of the lineage right there, I think.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. Did somebody have it out for the Lee family?
Yo, that's a conspiracy right there, baby. Careful.
Getting down to the real facts there.
All right.
IMDb, one win. Oh, he won a posthumous award probably. Same thing with He Heath Ledger when he got the Oscar after The Dark Knight.
There we go. No, oh, okay, yeah. There's a couple
4
other movies.
All right, Rapid Fire, Laser Mission, and Showdown in Little Tokyo. I remember Showdown in Little Tokyo, or was it called? I remember Big Trouble in Little China. That was the Kurt Russell movie, but there was another one. I think it was called Showdown in Little Tokyo.
I've never seen any of these movies. You ever seen Surf Ninja? Surf Ninjas?
Oh, what's that about?
Oh, it was a great movie back in the day. It was funny. Rob Schneider was in it.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, Rob Schneider as a blondie.
Ernie Reyes. Yes.
Is it exactly what it sounds like? Just ninjas that go surfing?
No.
Oh, okay. Because that'd be awesome.
No, this movie it's really funny. He plays like the really stupid friend. He's like the savior. Well, they're both the savior. He's got like this game that like controls reality, and he gets like these powers and they're inherited to him by their lineage that they didn't know about until like some shit goes down randomly while they're just trying to be cool on the beach and like exist in school. And then like they end up in the middle of this war, and then yeah, this is funny comedy.
It's always action and comedy. Okay,
sure. Yeah,
from the '90s, huh?
Yeah, that's a good one. But Ernie Reyes Senior
and Junior. Oh, okay, so it was like a father-son thing.
Yeah, this guy is epic. He's had a hell of a athletic career.
It's like an extra from Zoom.
Street Fighter.
Right, read something. Yeah. Oh, the Street Fighter movie. I remember that had
yeah, this movie is awesome.
Raul Julia, and I think that was his last role.
My favorite scene was when the van's coming down the road. It's in the beginning. And what's his name? He goes, "Quick, change the channel."
Oh, the ridiculous accent. Oh, I love it. A 4 out of 10. Nonsense. Yeah, that was Gomez's. When that was I think that was his last role, because you could tell he was like real like thin and sick in that movie. He played M. Bison.
Yeah.
That was more of a Mortal Kombat dude. I watched the Mortal Kombat movies. Yeah.
Do you like the new one?
I wish they focused a little more on the guys that we signed up for, Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Also, Mortal Kombat has 127 original characters. Why would you make a guy from the movie? Make a brand new guy. I'm talking about like the bronze kneecap dude. I forgot what his name was. The main character.
Somebody's got to own the rights to the characters, so
it's not like Marvel where it's all split up. Though I feel like if you have Mortal Kombat, like imagine like Scorpion's owned by Disney, but I don't know. But
hey,
it's crazy that they just made a new character when they could have used.
Disney's probably gonna buy him out. Oh, Disney's probably gonna buy Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat, maybe.
If they did, I think it'd be a good move.
They're Warner Brothers, right? So it's technically a DC property.
Yeah, it's possible, man. DC's trash.
I
love James Gunn.
Yes, a Marvel head has taken control. So I mean,
I don't know.
You didn't like the Suicide Squad? That was a good one.
Yeah, but
not Suicide Squad. No, not to be confused with the one with Jared Leto. That one fucking stunk.
I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be able to pull it off. I don't know, man.
And he fired Henry.
It's gonna be,
from what I hear. I mean, maybe this is a red herring.
I feel like he's gonna try to. It's gonna be too similar to what's going on that Marvel's doing.
Marvel works.
People are just gonna be like, "All right, dude, now you're just copying." You know what I mean? I feel like it's gonna backfire.
They tried to do that though. They tried to do that in the beginning when they made the Batman movie, but then they jumped the gun. The second movie, they introduced Doomsday in like their second universe movie. That's like throwing Thanos and Iron Man 2. Like, where can you go from there?
And the difference between the director's cut and what was originally released is so dramatic. It's almost a totally. They could have did the movie like they did with Twilight, broke it up. You know what I mean?
I've only ever seen the Snyder cut. I haven't seen the Joss Whedon cut. Is that one bad? I've only ever seen the Snyder cut, the longer one.
Oh, okay. The original?
No, the Snyder cut, the one that came out afterwards. The original one is the Joss Whedon one.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The original one was trash.
Oh, what's it?
Like they skip. You end up missing a lot of.
Was Martian
like
Manhunter
the contact? That's another big thing is you get the scene. No, there's the scene that where he talks to Batman is shrunken down to like 30 seconds. And that's a really good scene, you know what I mean? There's just a lot of differences, and I don't know. I hope they could do something. I've never been a fan of DC though.
Their animated movies kill it though. I mean, like the Flashpoint Paradox, Under the Red Hood, Killing Joke. That's where DC
Killing Joke was dope.
That's where DC shines, is their animated movies.
Yeah, that one was dope.
I mean, I don't know, who would you cast as the Batman? Obviously, Batman's getting recasted.
As Batman?
Yeah, man. Batman's gonna be the first one to get recast. They're gonna throw. I mean, unless they decide to stick with Robert Pattinson and expand his universe. I don't know. I think that's going to be a standalone like the Joker. Speaking of which, part 2, that's going to be a musical.
Good Batman. Well, all right. So, give me the context of like, say we're in the writers' room.
Oh, sure.
Is this like a reboot?
Yeah, we're rebooting the DC universe. We're gonna be drawing characters from it, but we're starting off. We're doing it. We're following the Marvel code 1 for 1. We're gonna have Batman as the first movie. Second movie is Batman 2, and we're gonna tease maybe Green Lantern in that one. Because what was the second movie? What was
Incredible Hulk?
No, yeah, Incredible Hulk was the first one technically.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then Iron Man, then Iron Man 2, and then I think Captain America, or was it Thor?
Thor, and then Captain America.
Okay, so
no, didn't Captain America come after Iron Man 2?
So then Captain America came first, and wait, because I remember them teasing the hammer at the end of Iron Man 2. That was like the end credit scene, was the hammer landing. Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Just MCU order. I can like to.
Yeah, chrono order.
Well, if you go chronological, some people argue that Captain America is technically the first movie because he's the first, like, Avenger. Well, yeah, sure, technically that comes out. That is the first movie in the timeline. However, the first movie that came out was Incredible Hulk. Let's see what Bing has to say about the MCU. So,
all right, Iron Man.
Oh, then the Incredible Hulk. We were wrong too.
I knew it. No, I was right.
Oh, you were right. Okay, you were right.
Iron Man
trying to drag you down with me.
It's all good. Then Thor. Yep, you were right. Okay.
Thor.
Came back.
And Captain America.
All right, we're on to
the Avengers. Okay, so if we're following that, so we're gonna go.
All right, recast Iron Man.
Yeah, we're going Batman.
Is Batman? Who's gonna be Batman?
And we're talking. We need somebody that's gonna have the charisma as Robert Downey Jr.
Charisma is Robert Downey Jr. Age as well, right? We're not going from a kid in this. Like, we're gonna be able to.
What Batman are we starting with? That's a good thing to draw with, because
So really, I'm trying to recast Michael Keaton.
Do we want to go old man Batman and then turn it into Terry McGinnis and make it a Batman Beyond, or do we want to do that later? I'd say let's stick with Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, Bruce Wayne. All right, so. That's tough, man.
Bring back Christian Bale, maybe?
No, I definitely wouldn't bring anyone back. I'm thinking, what's that kid's name? Who was in
Gotham?
No.
Kingsman. Oh, that British kid, Pugsley, I think his name was, or something like that. Pugsley?
Eaton? Something.
What's he look like nowadays?
Where's the first one? The Secret Service. Yeah, that's what I want.
Go cast it, alright.
No, this is the new. I want this one.
Okay.
Kingsman, Secret Service. Yeah, this kid. Taron Egerton. Yep, here we go.
A British actor. It's always British actors. Like, Superman was British. Daredevil's British. Wolverine's British.
Yep.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah.
honestly, the second picture there kind of looks like a Bruce Wayne.
I'm telling you,
He's got
man.
the jawline for a Bruce Wayne.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's who I put. All right, so number 2.
I mean, we're gonna keep Batman in there, but then we're gonna tease. Oh, that's Incredible Hulk, actually.
All right, so now we're gonna go.
A big guy. Who's like who's like the big heavy for the Incredible? Because we're not making a Superman yet. That'd be the Captain
Well,
America
you gotta
movie.
really cast. What you're really casting is
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner.
Sure, but I don't think that DC has like a Jekyll and Hyde type thing that like is part of the Justice League. I mean, maybe you can go into like Martian Manhunter, but I don't know if that's gonna be the second movie. Like, because that is the dichotomy of man. Like, he's an alien.
You know, really, I would like to. They could do a cyborg thing.
Ooh, cyborg, yeah.
Although he's technically, see, there's a confusion. Is he
he's a Teen
Titan, or is he? Because he's been a part of both, which is
he grows up to be part of the Justice League, though. So I mean, if we're depends on what point of the universe we're in, because does Batman? Because if he's already in
yeah, Batman's an adult. If we're
and if he's
going Terran,
and if Cyborg is in the Justice League, that means Batman's already had a Robin. He's already had a couple Robins at this point.
All right, so we gotta go for. I mean, it's got to just be Superman. It's got to be
the Superman movie.
It would have to be. Right?
Yeah. If we're gonna go,
you
Batman,
gotta go big.
We can't do Batman versus Superman.
No.
Man of Steel was a good movie. I did like Man of Steel.
Who would I put, or who would you put as Superman?
Man, I want to bring Henry Cavill back so bad. That's like the
he is good.
He's Superman, unless we can resurrect Christopher Reeves. I don't know, man. Who's that guy that plays him on a TV show? Tyler Hoechlin or something like that. Tyler something plays him on the Supergirl TV show.
I didn't like him. He's too thin.
He's
too thin. Like his head's like it doesn't.
You know
seem
who I did
to
like?
fit his body.
The movie was a little bit before time. Superman Returns. Brandon Routh.
Oh
Superman
my god!
Returns,
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, and he was also in Scott Pilgrim. He was the fourth Evil X.
he was also very soft, like soft to look at. You know what I mean? It's sort of like Henry.
Him now though. If you look at him now, he's at least when I saw him in Scott Pilgrim. Then
what was his name again?
Brandon Routh or Routh. There you go. It's bulked up a little bit, Brandon Routh.
Oh come on. Oh yeah.
He's British too. God damn it.
Yeah, he's kind of thin too, though.
He bulks up a bit. I mean, look, give him the MCU treatment. Whatever they're feeding those guys.
Yeah.
Whatever they're feeding Thor, give it to Brandon Routh.
Good. All right, so that's who you're going, Brandon Routh for the.
I mean, if
tough, right?
You said you don't want to bring anybody back though, so we got to go completely new. I mean, I'm not. You know what I say? We got to cast. We got to cast the lady that cast the MCU. Bring her into the DC. That's what I want to cast because she hasn't missed, dude. I mean,
for sure. Yeah. Well, how'd you feel about Jane Foster, Natalie Portman coming back?
I mean, it's happened in the comics. It was bound to happen here eventually.
Where is Beta Ray Bill?
I mean,
where
we had a little vision of him during Infinity War where we saw the statue. He exists, and either he's existed or he exists within that statue.
I was really hoping to see him. Oh, I was thinking we were gonna get to see him in the palace with Zeus.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I mean,
he should have been there.
I mean, had they because there's a lot of pause and you miss it.
I've never seen anybody find him.
I mean, I'm sure that would be top news on Reddit if that showed up
directors. You know how much better that movie would have been if we would have got even just a little interaction between Beta Ray and Thor.
I'm sure they have plans to introduce him because I think the next big guy is Adam Warlock.
Yeah, and the new Guardians, which I was offended initially that he wasn't involved in the Infinity War saga.
Oh yeah, he's probably still growing.
I have in their version, I have all of Jim Starlin's work, and
and he's Adam. He's the other half of the Infinity Gauntlet, basically.
Yes, they are one. They are one and the same. They are literally yin and yang. Adam Warlock and Thanos. In the original creator's eyes. So
we also got Thanos' brother coming soon too. We had a little teaser for him in what movie had the teaser for Thanos' brother? It was an end credit scene. Are you all caught up on the MCU movies?
Yeah.
There was like a little leprechaun that came out. Yeah. And then he introduced Eon or something like that. I don't know. Thanos
was that Eternals?
It might have been Eternals.
Yeah, I think it was Eternals. Yep. Yeah, that's a super good movie.
The Eternals one?
Yeah. All right. Oh, okay. So we're almost there.
Now Thor is from a different planet, so technically Superman. But we got to go another alien for this one for Thor.
It's got to be Martian, right? Or Green Lantern, but
maybe Wonder Woman again, because she's like a core part of it.
I guess
we don't want to wait till Phase 3 to drop a Black Widow movie.
Right, that's kind of rude, isn't it?
And then they dropped it on Disney Plus, not even the theaters. And then she sued, and then they fired her.
Rude, man.
Yeah, it sucks. She built the MC. Or she's an OG. That's right. That's her right there. Iron Man.
I know it.
And nobody dropped the bag like Terrence Howard though.
Oh my god!
Fumbled the bag. Come on, man.
Yeah, he was great too. I loved him as Rhodey.
He had a good good attitude with it.
Yeah, right.
On set, not off set, I guess. What was it? It was a pay situation or something.
Yeah. And he didn't like working with somebody or some shit. Like, dude, you're working with Jon Favreau and Robert Downey Jr.
Edward Norton had the same issue.
Mickey Rourke, you're working with cool fucking people. Gwyneth, Don Cheadle, look who you're working with. These people are cool as fuck.
Yeah,
like,
Favreau's coming off of Swingers too. Like, he's a cool guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking. So, all right, Martian Manhunter. Which you could honestly just CGI.
Yeah, I don't. But like, you got to have somebody playing John.
Not really.
We just keep him as Martian Manhunter at all times.
We could just chat GPT or chat GPT a fucking.
Where's Martian Manhunter? Oh, he's at home.
Yeah. We don't need.
We didn't want to cast
a real person. Because then we're gonna have to dude. You know the left's gonna attack. How we cast this Martian is very important.
We go all just a complete Justice League. Everybody's white except for well, actually, Hal Jordan was white too, and then they went with Jon Stewart when they jumped at the Justice League TV show.
How did you feel about Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern?
It's just fun. I mean, it's fun to poke fun at it. I mean, he does. In Deadpool, he went back in time to kill himself before he.
Oh yeah, that shit was great.
Man, I like Ryan Reynolds though. He's just he's a fun character.
What was that? R.I.P.D.
Oh yeah,
that
movie department. Yeah,
that movie's hilarious.
That was the other guy. What's his name? The cowboy guy. He's always in Western movies. Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's been in a lot of stuff. I could have seen him as Odin.
Jeff Bridges is Odin, sure. Yeah.
All right, so shit, man.
We're clearly not casters for movies.
No, we're not built for this.
Maybe what they probably do, like in those rooms, is they probably pull up like a bunch of pictures of actors that might look like whoever character it is, or if they're going the other route, they're like gender swapping.
I feel like I gotta stop looking at these and look at the DC movies. DC EU, right?
DC EU, yeah. Extended universe.
Look at me, I can't even type in chronological order.
DC.
All right, that's another thing. Black Adam.
My son loved that movie, by the way. When he keeps telling me, he says that Black Adam is gonna beat up Superman. I'm like, you have no idea what you're talking about. You're 7 years old. You just watched this movie. How'd you feel about it?
Okay, so the action on it was epic. The battles were cool. Cinematically, it looks great. Aside from that,
probably should have been rated R. Would have been cool.
Aside from that, is dog shit. Total fucking complete ass. And I'm very glad I did not go to theaters.
Oh, you saw it on HBO Max? I think I
yeah. Dude, it went there so quickly.
I saw it in theaters with my son, I think, and then we watched it on HBO Max.
Oh, I'm sure it was fun. Like, in the theaters, it was a great experience. If you're watching it through the eyes of a
7-year-old, sure, yeah. If you're like, sitting there, you're living vicariously through him and watching it that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Superhero movies, I lack the brain to hate them. It's just I got a monkey brain. I'm like, fly, superpowers. I like. Suicide Squad. I genuinely did not like though. I don't like that. I was really rooting for it too. I'm like, oh, Jared Leto's gonna be a great Joker. He's the worst Joker ever.
It's bad.
Oh my god. Which is funny because Jared Leto makes good movies, superhero movies. Just keep him away from them. Morbius was bad.
Oh my god, that movie! I've never watched the whole thing.
Oh man,
I can't get through it.
They had like a shoehorned end credit scene with like Vulture, something about Spider-Man. It was the worst dialogue ever.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. All right, so
Sony's really trying to build their own universe. I think they're making like they have the Venom movies. They tried to cross it over into the MCU, but that failed. Or Venom disappeared because of the snap.
All right. Yeah, that's strange, isn't it? I have a question for you. How do you feel about like the appearances Doctor Strange makes in other movies aside from his own? I feel like he's like a different person.
You mean Wong or just Doctor Strange himself?
No, Doctor Strange.
He's a lot more snarky when he's interacting with the other people, and then when he's by himself with Wong, he's a bit more
respectful,
fatherly, even so in Spider-Man.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he's still snarky towards Peter, but comes a little bit fatherly. I think it's a face. He has to be the Sorcerer. Well, he's not the Sorcerer Supreme. Wong is, but he has to be a stoic kind of person, somebody that doesn't interact really. Which, by the way, him interacting in Infinity War was something that didn't happen in the comics. Rather, Civil War. He chose not to interact, but he wasn't
Civil War.
He wasn't introduced in Civil War yet. MCU. However, in the comics, he saw that he was like seeing the futures of it. And he saw that if this keeps going, the world could end, but he couldn't interfere because he's a Sorcerer Supreme. He had to remain impartial.
Right.
So that Doctor Strange really should be an impartial thing as opposed to being getting involved in all these things.
There's actually a scene in Spider-Man: No Way Home. The extended version is now on Disney Plus, yeah. And did you watch it?
Not the extended one yet.
Okay.
No.
It's really cool.
I've seen it twice in theaters.
There's a scene with MJ and what's his name? Ned, yeah.
Hobgoblin?
Yeah. And they're like looking through the dungeon, and there's this building that has the tower, and you can see Strange. And he's just, walking, and he walks out. It's like a silhouette of him, You can tell that there's a Strange inside the building.
Oh, okay. So he's like...
Well, that pulls directly from the comics where the true Stephen Strange, like the 1 of 616 universe, is actually inside that house. And he leads this council of Stranges, and they all are placed in their universes, in the universe, not their original ones, but the one that they can best fit, that they have no attachment to their person, you know what I mean? Like, they'll play like they do, you know what I mean? They'll fit the role 100%, but
they're just there to watch.
At the very end of it, they're detached, and the true one is sitting in the fucking house.
Wow.
And they all have their own little house in different universes. There is no way to end Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
It's
especially
impossible.
with the multiverse thing going on. That's so cool, man. Dude, seeing Patrick Stewart's Professor X come out.
That was really cool.
Especially with the yellow levitating. Ooh, I lost my mind in the theaters. And then seeing John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic.
Mhm.
It's fun, man.
Yeah, I think I just seen they're casting. They casted somebody else for him.
That's Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did announce a Fantastic Four project. Now that's going to be a fun movie, Fantastic Four. Actually done by the MCU, because the last one was like done by Sony or something, or whoever. I didn't even watch the last one.
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Adam. Yeah,
Adam
it is Adam
Driver.
Driver. That's who I seen. I think he actually got it though. You can see Adam Driver.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, if he gets the awkwardness right, I see it 100%. Like especially with that face.
I don't know if I buy him as a smart guy though. Shit, that's not a dig at him.
You'll forever see him with the barrel chest,
just raging out at walls.
Mommy!
Dude, that's one of my favorite scenes in the new Star Wars, when the two stormtroopers are walking by and they see him having a little nerd rage fit, and then they just turn around. They're like, "Nope, fuck this." It's one of my favorite scenes, man.
Oh man! So who are they gonna cast as Ben? That's what I want to know.
I wish Bruce Willis was still acting.
What? You'd want to see Bruce Willis as Ben?
Maybe a young Bruce Willis, but I don't know. This is why I'm not casting. Who's Ted Cassidy?
Ted Cassidy, Mike Rose.
Frank Welker, I think I know that name.
Oh, well,
Who are you, my friend? He died in that. Oh, so was he the
Or wait, it's just show.
This is just the original ones. Yeah.
Oh shit.
The new Fantastic Four. But this is this is the 1978 TV show. Is what
I'm trying to find.
Good God, we read these Fantastic Four. They gave us a show from the late 70s.
Yeah, Google, or this isn't even Google. It's Bing. Bing's ass. What year? 2024?
July 2023. It says it right there.
2023. Fantastic forecast. See,
I mean, that would be cool. Him and his wife as Andrew Garfield is Johnny Storm. Interesting.
You can't do that though. No, you can't.
No, Johnny Storm's a cool guy. Andrew Garfield is
not even that. He is in the MCU already as Spider-Man.
Technically, he still exists in the Sony universe. It's just a different universe. But yes, he's come into the MCU. Yeah.
Can't do that. I don't like it.
It would be weird. But again, we have multiverses.
But we still have nothing for Ben.
It's so wild that we got the Illuminati and Wanda killed them all in like 2 seconds.
Isn't that kind of odd?
It's really weird.
MCU has really taken the power scaling from the comics and just went.
Well, I mean, Wanda did like reboot the comics herself with like 2 words.
Yeah, but it took a lot for her to get there, as to where in the movie, like, she just lost Vision
and her kids. Yeah,
not her kids
though. I mean, they were real to her.
Yeah, not her kids though.
Not her kids, but yeah. Oh man, but I mean,
really,
like,
we got a vision of like a scorned, like, don't like. Hell hath no fear, like a woman scorned. That's all that shit was with her. Man.
Yeah, it was
like
wild.
In the comics, Scarlet Witch had depth too. You know what I mean? Like, she pain across the eons. You know what I mean? Like the Phoenix, the Force that she was tied into felt all the pain. You know what I mean? And she had to bear that at times. And like, You can't do that.
I mean, she's also been looking through different universes, and apparently she only found one that her kid still existed in. So she's been like living, this is with the daywalk, and she's living, other miserable lives until she finds the one.
I like how the MCU is very different from the comics that I read, grew to love, and a lot of other people did as well. But at the same time, they're pulling a lot of stuff from it. It's just like you gotta use, if you're gonna pull stuff, use the real big stuff. Like, why wasn't Kevin? Why wasn't Adam a part of it? Like that I don't get that. Why save him till now?
Well, I mean, Kang's going to be a way bigger threat than Thanos was, so maybe we need Adam Warlock for Kang.
If that's the case, then we need Thanos for Kang too.
That's true. Dude, Thanos, you watched What If, right? Dude, seeing Thanos as a good guy was a trip.
That was crazy.
Oh, yeah, getting cut in half by Ultron. But then him being...
While having the Mind Stone, I don't know, man. He had all the stones. Do you think that would have happened in the comics?
I mean, so did Ultron. He had all the stones, but he also had the know-how of,
No, he didn't have the stones yet. And What If? When Thanos walks in through the
that's
portal,
how we got the stones, you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
He just instantaneously was like...
Just cut him in half. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely nerfed Thanos for that because he could have done anything. He had all 6 stones, right? He could have just snapped them out of existence. He's got the Mind Stone. He had to have known all the loss of life that happened. The Soul Stone, he would have known about it. He would have. There's no way. Mm-hmm. But it's What If, so I let it go. So I'm a hardcore nerd when it comes to him, bro. I do have all of Jim Starlin's work. He's the creator of Thanos and Adam Warlock. Nice. I got to meet. I go to Comic Cons every year. That's a big thing.
That's so cool. I've always wanted to.
And I cosplay as well. Real
nice.
Real fucking nerdy. I get into it. Last year I was you ever seen The Boys?
Yeah, of course, bro. Of course.
Black Noir.
Oh,
I was
nice.
Black Noir. I had a full Black Noir cosplay. It was
wow.
Awesome. Yeah,
that had to be hot.
No, in the summertime I don't mind it. I really don't mind being it's the cold I don't like. Thank God they don't do Comic Con in the cold. Yeah. But the helmet itself was like $200. It was
wow.
Yeah, it was a fun time. But yeah, at Comic Con I met who did I meet recently? Frank Miller. I got a signed Daredevil comic from Frank Miller now.
Nice.
I've got Stan Lee. That was probably the coolest one that I got to meet. I got to get a picture with Stan the Man.
That's amazing.
The year before he passed. So.
Good for you, bro. That's amazing.
I feel like at that point they were just carting him around. They were carting around a literal dead body. Like, hey, come here, stand here and take pictures. It sucked. He was still lucid, but I mean, it felt a little exploitive.
Yeah.
Still got the picture.
Well, he was also he's always been about, building his empire and making sure he left everybody he cared about something behind, so.
Who else have I got to? Jay and Silent Bob. I got a picture with them. Actually, the whole cast of Clerks 2, so Rosario wasn't there, though. But, yeah, the kid, and then Rand, I forgot the character's names, but whatever. The whole cast of Clerks 2, I got to take.
Clerks 2, that was in the restaurant, right?
At movies, yeah.
Yeah.
I got Randall, I forgot the kid's name.
Fucking donkey, man. Didn't they have the donkey show? Yeah, dude, it's been so long since I've seen it, but yeah, it's coming back to me.
So I got to meet them. Jason Momoa is huge in real life, dude. He's Aquaman. He's a monster.
Actually, I know this to be a fact. You follow jiu-jitsu at all?
Sure. Yeah.
Gordon Ryan.
Oh, I'm familiar with the name now. Yeah, my brother's a bigger guy.
Rogan talks about it. He's the greatest jiu-jitsu practitioner in the world.
Okay, so I just sounded like a fool in front of all these people.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's like not knowing who the Gracie brothers are.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's okay. It's all right. It's coming. Like, people are becoming aware of it. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that matters. But
like dabble in jiu-jitsu.
All right, awesome. As long as you're trying and getting on the mats, that's sweet.
Oh no, just learning about it. Like, I wouldn't get it with those guys are animals, dude. Getting in the ring with a 21-year-old man now, I would
just tap out. They won't snap your shoulder.
Imagine the guy just says, "It doesn't matter what you do. I'm not tapping. I'm not tapping." You just die in his arms. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
He went and stayed with Momoa out at his place in Hawaii. and you know they did a bunch of videos and stuff together. Ryan, I know he's a big dude, and he's on all the roids, and you know he lives the pinnacle lifestyle, being jacked,
TRT, all that jazz,
everything, and he's open about it too. And
shit, I'll take it when I turn 40. As soon as I turn 40, my 40th birthday, I'm getting some TRT.
I've been saving up. I got a piggy bank right over here. Fucking and dude, they're standing next to each other, and yeah, I was a big guy.
Big, yeah. He was usually like at Comic-Con, they're usually like sitting at their table waiting for the crowd to come up. So he was just standing up, just like meeting people.
Did you like Slumberland?
Was he in that one? No. Is that a horror movie?
No.
Slumberland. Huh?
Bro, it's a kid's movie.
Okay.
But trust me.
With Jason Momoa in it? Nice.
If you take mushrooms and watch this movie, you will have a great time.
Nice.
It's called Slumberland.
I can watch it with my 7-year-old too. It's a kid's movie.
Yeah, 100%. Nice. 100%. It's about this. I'll just give you the premise. Girl, her dad live in a lighthouse. Dad gets lost at sea. She's like, starts having these real lucid dreams. And then just it all unravels. And Jason Momoa is, it is him, right?
That'd be so wild if it was just like Randy. I'm not sorry.
Randy from Trailer Park Boys,
or Roman Reigns or something. Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah,
Okay.
Slumberland.
Yeah, dude, this movie is good.
Oh, Kyle Chandler, that's the guy that was in the FBI agent in The Wolf of Wall Street.
I could see him as a Bruce Wayne too.
Yeah, he could be in the DCEU.
Yeah.
They've killed it with Amanda Waller. She's been casted great.
Can we just see like images? I want you to see. Yeah.
This looks cool. Is he like a goat or something?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Okay, I'll watch it. Yeah.
Definitely. Trust me. If
What's
you
it on?
It's on Netflix.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's excited for the Mario movie.
It's a really good adventure, man. Nice. And like I said,
have you heard about the casting for the Mario movie?
I haven't seen the cast yet, but
the voicing, you haven't seen it? What? That was like a big thing when it first dropped. Let me just give you the what I remember. Chris Pratt's Mario. Right off the bat, that's weird because Charles Martinet is still alive, and I actually got to meet Charles Martinet as well, the original voice of Mario. I got a little recording of him saying like, "Oh, hello" to my son.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, he was at Comic-Con. That was like one of the things you could do with him. So yeah, Chris Pratt is Mario, but Charles Martinet, I guess, is doing like sound effects or something. He's
Charlie Day.
Charlie Day is Luigi, dude.
I know the name.
Charlie Day's It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Charlie?
No shit.
Yeah.
Get out of town.
Yeah, he's playing Luigi. It's gonna be. He's gonna have that high pitched voice. It's gonna be so funny.
I'm not gonna be able to watch it.
It's gonna be so funny.
I'm not gonna be able to watch it now.
Mario, we're gonna mash these rats. We're gonna mash these Goombas.
Good impression, bro. You should not have fucking told me this.
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. Who else is Jack Black is attached. I think he is Bowser.
Dude, I will say this right now. The most underrated musician.
Really? Oh,
Jack Black.
Jack Black. Oh, Tenacious D.
Bro. You know,
D was the
let me see if I can find this article.
Who else is it? Oh, Keegan Michael Key is Toad.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who else? Sebastian Maniscalco's in it. He's in the comedian. Anya Taylor-Joy is playing Peach. She was the girl in the Queen's Gambit.
Okay, the average male range is 1.5 to 2 octaves. Okay, just see.
And Jack Black can reach like a crazier one. Black the range playing it nice. So he can hit a high note.
My guy, he hits more than Mariah Carey.
No.
Yeah.
Significant high notes. Okay.
He can.
That's so weird that they have like a website. This is the first time I'm learning about this. That there's a website saying every musician the range that they've hit. It seems like if I was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jack Black has hit every single one of them. I gotta find it again.
That's so crazy.
There's an article that just breaks it.
Well,
down.
Jack Black's like if Jack Black was a character in like Skyrim or Fallout, he dumped every single point into charisma. That's my father, if I'm not mistaken. Give me 1 second. Actually, yellow. I'm still on the at the podcast. Just give Kristen a call. No. At the Holyoke Mall. Oh my God! All right, let's talk about. All right, peace. Dude, let's talk about this shooting at the Holyoke Mall.
What?
Let's pull this up right now.
Oh shit!
My father just called to see if I'm okay. He's a great dad, by the way.
That's really cool.
Fuck, man.
2 minutes ago.
2 minutes,
right.
Yeah. Thing. Holy shit. God damn it! By the way, this is giving Holyoke a bad name. Holyoke is becoming a nicer city. I guarantee it's somebody from Addis. It's probably not a Holyoke person.
All right. Holyoke police block off the street leading to the Holyoke Mall and Holyoke Crossing for more than 3 hours for an investigation. Oh, come on with this.
Life continue without the statements on the bottom.
All right. Continuing this investigation in a shooting Wednesday night. Massachusetts State Police and Holyoke Police closed Holyoke Street.
Wait, Wednesday night? This is Saturday. What's happening right now?
Yeah.
So this must be
It also blocked access to the shops at Holyoke. Wait, you haven't talked to your dad in a week, my guy?
No, this is weird.
What?
He just called to talk about this right now. That's so weird.
It probably just hit the news.
This is a breaking news story. This is wild. I guess my dad is behind on it. He watches Fox News, so he's a little behind.
Oh, that's all right.
You want a Fox News dad. That's a Shane Gillis joke. You don't want an NBC dad. It's when you have a Fox mom that's the issue.
Hey, I don't know.
That's a Shane Gillis joke right there.
I've been with some Fox moms, let me just say. They're the easiest ones to get rid of, that's for sure.
All I'm seeing is garage openings at the Hollywood Mall. I was also made to look like a fool right now. This is what
I'm gonna type right now and see.
Yeah, look at it. No, nothing new. Jesus, I guess.
Oh my God! Estimated reading time: 5 minutes.
Oh,
I thought that
happened 2 minutes ago.
13 minutes ago. All right, let's see. Mass Live. Here we go.
I don't know what's happening. Blazing fire. So.
Cars driving to Westfield Martial Arts Center leaves 4-foot square hole. Oh, that sucks.
I'm hitting the social media as well. No talking about it. So I feel like I was just
I was
just pranked on a podcast.
That was interesting.
There's my dad being a funny guy. No,
my dad watches you.
Speaking of my dad, that was Shane Gillis talking about his dad.
Oh man, well, brother.
I apologize to the listeners for scaring them.
Well, no, I'm glad nobody fucking died.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm getting a phone call. Hello? No, we'll be wrapping up in a little bit.
Oh shit, yeah, I gotta head to Connecticut soon.
Yeah, alright, love you, bye. In a few minutes.
Yeah, I gotta be headed to Connecticut for my little event soon too.
Awesome. Oh yeah, what do you got something going on tonight?
Yeah, a little comedy thing going on, yeah.
Cool, man. Well, what's coming up in the future? Like, where could I go and fucking see your comedy?
I haven't been booked for any shows recently, but there's mics all over the place at Western Mass. Support local comedy. I'm a El Santos Drawlery on Instagram. Drawlery is just another name for comedy. I know I tried to be clever. I should have just wrote El Santos Comedy. Louis Santos on all socials. Facebook, Instagram, and yeah. Hope to see me on Netflix one day, right?
Hell yeah, man. It all starts here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this was a fun time, man. Thanks for inviting me.
Dude, thanks for coming, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
It was a really good time, man.
Hell yeah. Keep making more episodes, man. Keep pushing this stuff out. I'm sure it'll just keep growing, and you got to grow your audience. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. You're right, though. Consecutive. Just keep it going. Keep grinding. Keep getting in here. Yeah. Well, fucking... hopefully I can have you come back. Hopefully the next time I see you, I'll be in a much better fucking location.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to come back. Oh, yeah. Call me a recurring guest.
Hell yeah, brother. And hopefully next time you fly me out and I'll just bring my little camera and stuff.
There you go, yeah.
Because,
I got a little bit more of a humble abode, but, I'm looking to expand my place. But, yeah, definitely you want to.
So, one last question.
Mm-hmm.
What is your 10 years from now, if you're headlining, you got one place that you've always wanted to do your special? Where is your special?
The main room in the Comedy Store, and this is after I've gotten my name written on the side of the Comedy Store. That's a big goal of mine right there. I say that's not a goal. I will have my name on the side of the Comedy Store. Putting that into the universe right now. Where's my camera?
Affirmations. I love it, brother. Well, hey, thank you again for coming, man.
Yes, that's up. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. So that's up.